Good Thursday night, world, and welcome to another episode of Lab Talk with that dog guy, aka the coach, aka the Elon Musk of high performance working dogs. That is me. Hey, you notice? I just noticed this tonight. But you know how much love I have for the number three, right? Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, right? Man, I just gave myself three AKAs. The dog god, AKA the coach child, AKA the Elon Musk of high performance working dogs. One, two, and three. Oh man, Trinity out. Oh man, I'm rooted. I'm rooted. I'm solidified in my names. That's right. Thank you, the Most High. Salute to the Most High for being rooted. One, two, three. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. That's right. And big salute to Redia, my brother Redia with that pole position. My boy Cooper. Cooper with that second place. And my brother Functional Focused with that 1, 2, and 3. That 1, 2, and 3 with that third place. Big salute to you, Functional Focused. And who's the master? Show enough. Who's the master? My brother, Show enough, man. Show enough, I appreciate your support, my brother. Always, man. Much love and respect. Mills Kennels, my brother. Big salute to you, man. Thank you for showing back up multiple times, man. I appreciate you, man. This is the classroom. This is not for entertainment. This is for us pioneer dog men and us pioneer dog women. This is for us dog man or dog woman engineers, right? This is just a new frontier over here, this classroom. So, not many people can even relate and comprehend to how we discuss dogs, but I appreciate you showing up, Mills Kennels, and all the ones who might be packing in later on down the line, all the ones who will catch the replay of the classroom. Big salute, big cheers. That's right, man. Much love and respect to all of you. Now, before I get into my week, y'all already know what we do, man. I like to keep things simple. Life is so hard. When you put in that work, and more work 3 times in your life, it is hard. It's very stressful. That's right. So then when you come in off of a hard days of work, man, we don't want to abuse these substances that take our mind off reality for a little bit. You never want to abuse these things, these little substances that we're going to partake in right now. Okay. So if you like your herbal sensations, the coach don't smoke the herbal sensations. Used to be a connoisseur, but I retired, man. 3 years sober off the herbal sensation. Matter of fact, I think it might be even 4 years, man. Damn near 4 years sober. I'm so proud of myself. But for those of you who still enjoy it, no shame in your game. Man, get your herbal sensations rolled up. Get your backwoods, your paper planes, your Swisher Sweets. Man, get your bongs. If you like to eat that motherfucker, get that motherfucker and just eat it. You know what I'm saying? Weird Al Yankovic. He had that song, Just Eat It Instead of Beat It. Man, go ahead and just eat that shit. If you like to eat it, you want to put that bitch on your body like lotion, man. Get your herbal sensation. Man, lotion your whole body out. Jergens your whole body out with the herbal infusion. Get that shit all over your body. However you like to partake in your herbal sensation, please do that. If you like your brewskis, man, making sure that bitch is cold. If you like Heineken, if you like fucking Modelo, if you like man, there's IPO. There's so many variations of the hops. If you like the taste of hops, man, get that shit hops out. Make sure it's cold up. Put it in a cold mug. Crack that bitch. And if you like your shots, your Hennessy, your shots of vodka, your shots of whatever you like, okay? Anything that you like partaking in that hardcore liquor, get that shit ready to go. Pour that bitch up. And if you like to sip, get your cognac out, whatever you like to sip on. But if you like to coach and you like your mixed drinks, you like to put a little chaser in that bitch, you like to put a little cut in your motherfucking liquor, man, I got my vodka lemonade. Big salute to y'all, man. Big salute to my brothers and my sisters To the classroom, okay? Hey, to the classroom. There's none like it but ours. That's right. Cheers to y'all, man. I love y'all. My brother Tony has done it again. Big salute to you, Tony. So, hey, y'all know how I like to do. I like to debrief. It's always good to debrief, man. Shout out to the military. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Secretary of War. I forgot the gentleman's name, man, but I really like him, man. I really like the Secretary of War. You know what I mean? I really like the guy. He's a God-fearing man. He's a Christian. Nothing against my Muslim brothers and all my other brothers of faith. You know what I'm saying? There's only one God. There's multiple demis and semi-gods. We know that. But there's only one Most High God. So however you decide to praise the Most High God, do what you do, however you do it. But anyway, this gentleman who is the head of the Secretary of War, he had a nice little speech when he was talking to all the generals, colonels, and admirals, all the high-ranking military officials of the U.S. Army, U.S. military. And man, he did a great speech, man. He did a great speech, man. And he's putting that masculinity back into the military. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's positions that we gotta play in life. And you got the men, right, who play certain positions, right? You got the women who play certain positions too, right? And then there's levels to men just like there's levels to women. But the Secretary of War, he was putting that masculinity back where it belonged when you're dealing with battlefield type environmentals. You're dealing with battlefield type team organizations and structures and disciplines. It's hard being an elite. You know that. You know what I'm saying? When it's all about blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifices, it's hard. And then when you're the number one, or you supposedly the number one military on the planet, and you watching your competitor or your ops like China do I know I'm going off on a tangent, but this is me debriefing, y'all. You watching your ops like China do a parade and they shitting on you. You know what I mean? They military is shitting on you. Not literally, right? Because we are superior. We got the best technology. We got the best scientists. Stole all the best scientists from Hitler. But I digress. Anyway, but we so far advanced in our technology. That's why they scared of us at the end of the day. But when it comes to our men and women, our people, oh man, the American people are garbage. I turn like doorknobs. Okay. That's what the American people are. But when, you're the Secretary of War, right? And, you got to watch all your ops. That's what you do. You know what I mean? When you're head of a team, right? You got to study your opponents. I'm sure he studied all his opponents. He watched that parade. I know he was like, man, we look like shit. All this woke shit in the military, all this fucking feminine weak shit in this military, all this passive shit, all this lazy shit, all this fat ass, garbage ass shit, all this complaining ass shit. In the military, it don't even play. So, man, when I watched that, I was up there. I felt like I was in the military. I was like, hoo-yah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, that's what I like. Because I know it's very hard. Life is very hard. And to be on top and to defend your position, or you're going to have everybody coming after you to take you down. And as soon as they see some weakness, and, we the superpower, they can't wait to knock us off. You know what I mean? God bless America. They can't wait to knock us off. You know what I mean? Salute to my ancestors who was brought over here on slave ships. You know what I'm saying? Who didn't know why they was being brought here, but they made a better way for me and my forefathers behind me. So salute to them. But, anyway, I digress off of that, man. I wanted to salute to the Secretary of War, man of God. I have a lot of respect for him. I don't even know him personally, man, but I would love to be, if I was a part of that organization, the military, if I was a general admiral, I would definitely go up and shake his hand and be like, you know what, we need you. We need leadership like you, man of God. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing back that hoo-yah, bringing back that masculinity that needs to be put in the forefront, just how God designed it. God designed a man to be the head, not the tail, but not these feminine ass men of today. These men are so feminine. They're more feminine than the females. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that how Satan operate? Satan is so backwards. That's how Satan operate. He want to be God so much, but his God is backwards. And that's the world we're living in today. But I digress off of that. Let me go ahead into my week with the dogs, man. God is good. Let me take another drink. Cheers to y'all, man. Cheers to y'all, man. But man, this week with the dogs, man, my boy AR-15 and my brother Cal, you know what I mean? That's, you know, AR-15 belongs to him, but my boy AR-15, right? He's so smart. That nigga's so smart. And I put him in a place where, you know, he's not in solitary confinement because he's on a row. It's his own row. It was the AR-15 barracks, I called it. He had his own row. Before I had any dogs there, it was just him by himself in that section because he's such an instigator when it comes to other dogs. He's such an agitator. You know, he's an asshole. So I got the youngsters on that tier with him on the, you know, but they're far away from it. AR is way on the far end of it, and they're nowhere near him, but they're still in the tier. So as youngsters, they're not understanding AR. You know, they're not getting it, right? Because they're young. They don't get it. Like, who the fuck is this weirdo always fucking doing this flamboyant bolstering and shit? And I give him a little credit because he only does it. You know, he times it when it's, you know, he like I said, dogs are a creature of habit, so they know the times I come out. So, you know, he'll start calling me to come out before I'm ready to come out. That's what AR does, and he's been doing that shit since probably like 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's that smart. You know, he don't do it other than that. No, I mean, that's why I can't get fully upset with the motherfucker. Even though I get upset when I'm like, I get, man. And this week I've been frustrated with him because he's been calling me out before I was ready to come out. So what I mean by that is when it's time for chow, he knows the time. Like he knows the roundabout time. But see, one thing about him, he's such an asshole and an alpha. If he want chow early, he'll start early. He'll start like an hour early, knowing that I come out at a certain time. So he'll start doing his little and he will not fucking stop. Now, I used to be able to tolerate because I'm like, that's fucking AR, right? But now he's teaching the youngsters, my Formula One fucking bulldog youngsters, and I got some, I got some, they're not assholes, but I got some future freaks, man, like real freakish looking, real, you know, like I said, the mental state of them dogs is very alpha-ish already, you know, piss and vinegar type puppies, you know, like I told you about my boy Tiger Shark before, you know, I had to, you know, teach this nigga not to be biting all the time because he just likes to bite shit. And he's, you know, and he's looking like that boy looking like a chiseled goddamn statue already, just shredded up already. He's a future freak. Shout out to that hybrid vigor. He's a future freak. So anyway, you know, AR has been setting the tone. He's like talking to them youngsters, you know, when he do that shit. You know, because he's doing the same thing. You know, he's running back and forth. He running circles. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing what Shaka used to do, but he running in circles. And, you know, and he do that shit nonstop. So this whole week, he been doing that like an hour before I'm supposed to come out. And I'm like, oh, you bastard. You know, you fucking, because I know what he's doing. He only does it because he knows his chow time. As soon as I give him his chow, he don't do it. This is nothing new with me and AR, but I don't want him to teach my youngsters that. So anyway, that energy, you know, the one thing about dogs, they learn from each other. You know, that's shout out to having a pack. I told you, you know, I've been blessed enough to have a lot of different dogs and all this type of stuff, different personalities, and having them in certain areas and moving them around, musical chairs with the dogs. And, you know, dogs teach each other. And AR is teaching, you know, my boy Tiger Shark, who's already feeling himself, you know, how to be an asshole. So now he do it, and now he think now, you know, I think he about what, 8-9 months now. Now he think that he can compete with AR. So now he doing the same thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, you wanna. So this whole week I've been frustrated with AR. Oh, I've been frustrated. And oh man, I can't wait. Cal, I know you're gonna be listening, my brother. I can't wait till you get in your position so you can pick up your boy AR, because AR is an asshole when it comes to other dogs. He wants to fucking test and pound his chest. You know what I mean? And do that extra. Now he taught my little youngster, you know what I'm saying, who already gonna be something I gotta deal with. You know what I mean? Now he think he got to do it because now he want to compete with AR over there. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, other than that, everything's been cool. I told y'all the week before had a bear. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the bear came back. Um, at least I haven't seen him. Definitely at night the dogs get ruffled, get rattled. They definitely be hearing shit, and they be reacting. Of course, what would any dog do, right? They can smell. Dogs smell. They can hear. Anything cracking. And I know they know what that bear smell like because I seen it up close and personal. So I know that motherfucker been over there roaming my property and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he definitely came up on there fucking with my trash can. So, I've been a little bit lenient on the noise because, like, fuck, I mean, they just doing their job. It's getting on my nerves. But to be real honest with you guys, you know, if it wasn't for me, being the type of man that I am when it comes to my neighbors and stuff like that, bro, I wouldn't even care. I mean, I'm in the country, it's expected. I wouldn't care. But because trying to keep the peace for, certain neighbors who shouldn't be in my business, but they are, and at the end of the day, I have to be a good neighbor, man, like State Farm, man, like a good neighbor, man. That's what coach is, man. I'm always a good neighbor. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. I don't have odds with my brothers or my neighbors. I don't deal with that shit. That's for the women. That's feminine energy when you have odds and ought with your neighbors or your brothers and sisters. I don't do that. That's feminine. I figure out how to solve the problem. So me being a solving the problem type of individual, that type of an example, I got to sacrifice. Now I'm overly stressed out because I'm trying to keep the peace for my neighbors who really don't really hear it, but they want to dictate and operate, and it is what it is. I don't dictate this. I don't dictate this. I got 6.5 acres on an estate in the country, but I don't even dictate my 6.5 acres. Ain't that a bitch? That's just the life. You gotta learn how to adjust. So I have to learn how to adjust. I have to learn how to adjust to my dogs reacting to fucking bears and whatever else is out here on my property. So I just let them be. It's like, what? I ain't gonna stress about it. You know what I mean? They doing their job. I know they're not doing it for no reason. My dogs don't bark for no motherfucking reason. You know what I mean? And there's a different frequency of bark. When they're on the warning or they hear something that makes them apprehensive, right? I know the different frequencies of barks. So I get it. You know what I mean? Me, I get it, but it's like, it's damn near walking on eggshells type shit, man. But anyway, solid week. Other than that, man, just very grateful. Got a DM from one of my past individuals that bought one of Jaws. Actually, Jaws' only son, man. Jaws' only son, man. My boy Andy, and he sent me a post with Black Hawk. He was like, "Coach, I'm ready to spend." Coach, I want him. Now, you already know I ain't selling Black Hawk. You know what I'm saying? You already know I'm not selling Black Hawk because I need Black Hawk for the future. You know what I'm saying? And I've already discontinued that program, the XL Pitbull Draco program. So, of course, Black Hawk is my last piece of that program. Not only that, he has Holy Spirit in him. That's his mother. And Holy Spirit is no longer, when she's transitioned to the Lord, and went on into another dog body, whatever God decided to put her in. But, he carries her DNA, and she's damn near my fucking top producer. You know what I mean? She is in the top 2 of my top producing bitches that I ever owned in my life. Okay. So, it's like, So, of course, I had to let them know, like, nobody's getting Black Hawk but the coach, but I said, hey man, maybe next year, you might be able to benefit from them bull herders and stuff like that I'm going to do. That's the direction. And of course he was like, yeah, if it's coming from AK, I want a piece of it, man. Put me down. So, but it's for me, you guys, it's like, you know, I've been campaigning for like 4 years, heavy. Been doing my breeding program since 2005, but campaigning heavy for like 4 years, just building my stuff, and then whatever I have, available to the public, move those to the public, but building my shit, my lab. It's a trip when this always happens when you pull back on moving forward. All the people, and that's not I'm not talking about my brother Andy, because my brother Andy, he already, he's repeat, and I got a lot of repeat people who get different pieces from me. Shout out to all of y'all. Okay, so he's a repeat. He's happy with his jaws, but he wants something off of AK. He wanted Black Hawk. He trying to offer me money for Black Hawk. Like, nah. But salute to him. But as you think about this always happens to me. And I'm sure it happens to some of you guys who are like ahead of your time when it comes to the things that you do and the programs that you put together and stuff like that, especially with dogs. Me, I've always been ahead in everything that I do. But when I pull back the reins, that's when everybody wanted. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to those who wanted it and when I had it, because they got it. So salute to all y'all. But, as I digressed, the XL Pitbull Draco, my Pitbull program, all that shit, as I digress it, more and more people ask me for it. I haven't been doing a lot of posting because I've been very busy and stuff like that. Everybody still asks me, Coach, what's up with the AK and the Kangol? They still ask me. So salute to all y'all. Keep staying in my ear. Motivate me. Okay. Motivate me to do it, because in reality, I don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? My Kangol's young, and my Kangol's still a young bitch, still pretty and young. My Malawal's still a pretty and young bitch. She's pretty and young. Okay. AK's 5 years old. He's still, you know what I'm saying? He ain't crossed the threshold yet. Black Hawk. I mean, I'm still in a good position where I don't have to do nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? I have all my pieces. Glory to God. You know what I'm saying? I have all my hard work. I still have it. And I'm grateful to have it. I'm grateful to be in control. But sometimes you reflect on like, dog, when I had it, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could have had it. But, everything is timing. And I already know how I move. I move on my time. I don't move on everybody else's time. I move on my time. So when I'm feeling it, I act it. But then based off of that action, I'm always ahead. That's how it is, because I'm a forward thinker. I'm thinking 10 years ahead, long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And then I act. So then I'm already 10 years ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn it, shit, damn, Coach, I ain't ready for that shit. Which is fine. Because for me, in my program, I was doing this for me first. I had to build my pieces first. You know what I mean? And then, hopefully be able to recoup, you know what I'm saying, the money that I spent over the many, many moons of doing dogs, which I don't think I will ever, unless I fuck with the military. And God willing, that's my goal. Okay. God willing. Hopefully I can put something together before Trump leaves office. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hoping. I can put something together before Trump leaves office and start rubbing elbows with them guys over there. Because, they want to make America great again and stuff like that. And I might be able to, weasel my way up in there, was, because it's all about who you know, man. You got to rub elbows with the top hats, man. You got to rub elbows with the right people, man. You can't be dealing with the low lifes, man. I mean, it is what it is. The scumbags, and you can't deal with the low lifes if you want to get up. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to move up like George Jefferson, man. Remember George Jefferson? For those of y'all my age, y'all know that shit. I'm 47, man. George Jefferson, man, moving on up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to move on up like George Jefferson, man. But I ain't trying to act flamboyant and nothing like that. I'm going to be humble up in there, because that's how you get further, man. You humble. You don't be flexing on nobody. Don't flex on nobody, man. Be humble, man, like Jesus Christ. Move like the Christ did, man. Watch how much further you move up in life. That's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully I'll be able to, be in a position where, I could talk to the right people, man, for my program, and, really, have a campaign that makes sense to somebody who's an influencer, who want to bring, the dog purchasing for the military back to the United States. Because, that's what Trump's saying. So I would love to be a part of that, part of people who's involved in that type of movement. And that's my goal. That's where I'm shifting. in my program, I'm moving towards that lane. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my expertise. The talking part of this type of stuff, I'm grateful that I'm able to come on Thursday nights with you guys and teach and be a coach because that's who I am. But I don't do a lot of talking, man. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of the work and more work 3 times, man. I only did social media real talk because of the dogs. I just did that for the showcase. And y'all already know the coach wasn't over there showcasing himself I was just showcasing dogs, man. How many people can do that and do what I've done over the years, man? Not many people, but I mean, I know what I'm doing when it comes to the dogs. I want to be solidified and respected because of what I do with the dogs, not because of me. I know I can show and tell because I do that the best. Okay. I'm one of the best at the show and then tell. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily the things that you show, it's just the fact that I do the show first and then I talk about it afterwards, right? You know what I mean? When somebody pull up on you and you see something and you're showing something, you see a picture, and that picture makes your mind say, I want to know more about that. So then you ask, right? You ask that person that showed you that picture, tell me more about the picture that you just showed me. Then I tell. That's what I've always been good at my whole life. Glory to God. I didn't know why that I was that way because that just been me by nature, but it always benefited me to be that way because I never had to be on that look at me type of shit. I never had to. Never. You know what I mean? That's why you don't see the coach on social media like that showing you all the spoils of war, man. That's backwards math to me. I'm a soldier, man, elite soldier. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm an elite. I'm part of the Navy SEAL type soldier shit, man. Only the few get in that shit. Not everybody get in that. I'm part of that. So you know what I mean? I'm that incognito type guy. I'm not showing you the sport. I'm not gonna show you all my kills and shit so you can pat me on my back. You know what I'm saying? Look at all my spoils of war. I don't need no pats on my back. I don't glorify that shit. I don't glorify the spoils of war, man. You know what I'm saying? I know how hard it is to navigate through this shit. You know what I'm saying? That humbles you when you see the fucking minuses, when you see more minuses than pluses, right? That humbles you when you real in the field. You know what I'm saying? And the coach smell like the in the field cologne, man. I need a patent that shit called in the field cologne. Somebody might steal it, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It came from my spirit first. In the field cologne. You know what I'm saying? That's what I take my pride in, being in the field, man. And every time you're in the field, you humble, man. But I digress. I digress. Make sure we good here. Hold on. Oh, what? Hey, can y'all hear me? Just want to make sure y'all hear me, man. Y'all hear me? Check, check, check. I don't know why my damn screen went off. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. All right, so I'm gonna drop this link, and we're gonna dig into the classroom, man. But I appreciate all you guys that showed up to the classroom. I'm very grateful to all of you. Like I said, we're doing something different. We're just pioneering this shit. We're trying to raise the bar as high as we can. We know it's very, 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 very hard. It's only a few of us, and we respect it. It is what it is. I respect it. I check it. But at the same time, we trying to do what we got to do, man. You know what I mean? But we could do it together. That's the thing I want us to understand over here, man. We're the collective dog brain. We move like how they move, in the highest level of things. You know what I mean? We move like how they do at Lockheed Martin. You know what I mean? And at Boeing and all this skunk works. You know what I mean? The top tier engineers, it's a team. It's a team. And everybody respects everybody because we're a collective brain. Everybody plays a position. We respect all positions. We're humble and we respect the team atmosphere. Okay. And we're going to build it like that over here. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to hate on nobody. We ain't going to backbite, backstab. We're not going to act like no bitches and be feminine and all our emotions about no fucking weak shit. We're going to be men. We're going to men the fuck up. That's what we're going to do over here. And we're going to be accountable for the things that we do when it comes to these dogs and the things that we say. But before I drop the link, I want to give a big salute to all of you again, man. Thank you guys, man. All of you who are not in the chat, salute to all of you as well. But let me go ahead and drop that link, man. And we're going to cook tonight, man. We're going to cook on a good topic. All of our topics are great, but we're going to cook on this one. That's right. Because, I mean, shit, we always want to leave people with food for thought. You know what I mean? Food for thought. How many people get left with food for thought? Most people don't even use their fucking brains. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about how hard it is to build your body, right? How hard it is to go in the gym and be disciplined and do your biceps, triceps, your back, your shoulders, your chest, all the shit you got to do to build your physique. Oh, it's so much work, and more work 3 times. But imagine if people put that time in the same time they put on their body and their brain, how much smarter we would be. Huh? Wouldn't that be nice? But you know what? We're going to do that over here when it comes to these damn doggies. That's right. We're going to do that.
Hey, what up, coach? What's up, chat?
Yeah. Salute, ready?
Salute, man.
What you smoking on, ready? Because I know you like the herbal sensations, man. What you smoking on, man?
I got this super ice gelato berry.
Ooh. So how's everything over there? I know it's legal out there in well, of course, to a degree, it's legal out there in New York, right?
Yeah, it's legal recreationally.
Recreational, right?
Yeah.
So you got the so do you go to the clubs to get yours? Is that where you kind of get the premium, or you got your own little line?
I still got my homies.
Okay.
That got that official.
Okay. Cool. So you saving on the taxes and all that other shit.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm out here in Cali, the north, you know what I'm saying, where it all originated from, by the way. Y'all don't even need to know my history. I'm going to leave that alone. But, over here in the Mecca, you know what I mean, it's fucking as far as price tags. And not only that, because it's all made here, it is made industrially. The quality of the genetics is not the same. You know why? Is because they keep cloning clones.
Yep.
You know how that goes, right?
Yep.
So for them to have that mass production, they got these clones on top of clone.
No vigor.
No vigor, man. So guess what? Guess what happens to your potency? It goes down genetically, right? And they can make the weed look so great. They got all kind of fucking nutrients to make the weed look like oolah, make the weed look like fugazi. So that's what
got spray too.
Oh, and I heard about the spray, but I've been retired 4 years off the herbal sensation. But my partners who are avid smokers, they tell me that the shit ain't hitting the way it used to hit back in our day. That's what they say all the time. This shit ain't
It's not. You gotta put like what I see the young dudes doing. They getting like the grabber leaf, and it's like broken down into like a fine fine tobacco, and they mix it in with the weed so it hits. That's
Damn.
other shit.
Damn.
Yeah,
Now,
that's crazy.
Hey, ready? I know they was doing like they was throwing the keef on there, then they was throwing the dab shit on there.
Yeah, they're doing all of that.
They was doing that shit. I know they was doing that for sure, but now they doing wow.
Yeah, they doing all of that. They like,
Wow.
yeah, that's the only way it hits. I'm like, nah, man, that ain't weed, bro.
Bro, I knew it. I knew, okay, before it got legal in California, I knew that this was going to happen because you got to go back. It's like these dogs. It goes back to genetics.
You breaking up, coach.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Thank you for reminding me. Make sure you check me because our signal be acting kind of crazy. But you hear me though.
Now it sounds like a robot a little bit, like the last thing you said.
All right, hold on, man.
It's doing it now.
All right. Yeah.
It's still doing it.
Man, my shit's like down to 1. Hold on. Y'all bear with me, y'all.
You good now.
Just remind me if it's crazy.
Yeah. It's doing it again.
Yeah. We put Corey on.
What's
Yo,
good? What's
what's
good?
good, Corey, man?
What's good, fam?
Been a minute, bro.
What's good, coach?
Man, God is good all the time, man. What's good with you, man? I know my shit's acting crazy, so just bear with me, man.
You sound
Man,
better
coach,
now.
man, I had to come holler at y'all, man. You know it's love, man. Shit, just been having shit going, bro.
I mean, don't we all? man,
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
man. It's life, man.
Yeah, life been lifing, but you know, I'm still kicking it.
it's good to hear from you, man. It's been a while, brother.
Yeah, it's
Word.
been a while. Ready been keeping in touch with me, man.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
I've been talking to K-Man actually called me on the phone about a week or two ago. Kind of ran me some shit too.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Man,
Yeah,
shout
man.
out
I
to
had
K,
seen
man.
y'all was live tonight, man. I said, man, yeah, let me come up in here and holler at y'all, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Good to have
respect.
you, man.
Yeah, good to have you, man. Great to have you. It's been a while. Definitely missed you, but I'm glad that Reddy stayed in tune with you. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I mean, I had to, I wasn't gonna just up catch my cut, cause like, the situation, but I gotta really tell you my situation too, Like I kind of figured shit was gonna go left, and my situation, I got all my dogs with me. And I don't want to get too hot and I get you know the police invading my shit.
Nah, that's real. I
Yeah,
Yeah.
hear you.
that
Aren't,
was
hey,
that was the kind of, yeah, like
but aren't you back with aren't you over there with grandma? Aren't you with grandma now?
no, I'm still by myself. I'm
Oh,
still by
I thought you was
myself.
going.
But
Okay, you didn't move with
man,
grandma on the acreage?
nah, that's my mom stuff. That's my mom stuff.
Okay,
My
okay,
grandmother
Ah,
actually passed at the end of 2023.
okay,
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she
No,
passed.
condolences. My condolences.
yeah, my
Yeah, she
condolences, man.
she passed at the end of 2023. So yeah, I've been dealing with that. My mom's actually in the feds.
Damn.
What
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah, yeah.
Oh
I've been dealing with a
man.
lot, coach. I have been dealing with a lot.
Oh,
It's
man.
been a lot. Yeah, that's another story.
Oh
Yeah,
wow, man.
but I ain't gonna lie. I've been good, coach. I've been
Okay,
good. I've been
good.
good. All the dogs good. Shit, I just been, just trying to make my shit straight, Like I've been going through a lot, but at the same time, man, I ain't letting shit stop me.
There
Ain't
we
shit
go.
getting in my way.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah, there we go, Corey. And just always stay in prayer, man. Always stay in prayer,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that's the only thing that's gonna keep you sane when you feel like everything is against you. Man, that's the only thing that's gonna keep you sane in the desert.
Yeah. And you got
Yee.
Yeah.
them dogs, man. They need you, man.
Facts. That's the main thing, cause I ain't got nothing but them. I ain't got nothing but the dogs. I ain't got nobody out here.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes that's better. Sometimes it's better that way, Corey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You ain't
You good with
lying. Cause
your bando?
shit. What you say, coach?
No, I was talking about Bando. Bando. He said, "What's up?" So I said, "What's good, Bando?"
Oh, salute, Bando.
I
Yeah,
can't
man.
see the chat. I gotta
Let me,
download StreamYard to my new phone, man.
yeah. Let me add that. Let me add the topic to ticker tonight. You know what I'm saying? And ready. Let me know if I'm doing the robot. So I make sure
You're still doing it a little bit.
I know why my fucking shit's fucking acting up. I moved my
Oh, I
my
can see the chat now.
I
What's
moved
good,
my
Blue
shit
Line?
over.
What's good, fam?
Man, you can hear me though, right now? You can hear me?
Yeah, still doing it though.
Damn, ain't that a
Like
bitch?
when you talked just now, it was clear. When you said dang, it was clear.
Okay.
You clear on my end.
What about now?
You straight now.
Good.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'll just keep me. I want I want to be able to flow that everybody hear everybody and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize for the internet difficulties. I don't know what's going on, but it's been storming out here, so maybe that's the reason why. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. So let's cook tonight, man. So Corey, since you on the talk about this, man. This is something that uh, I was thinking about, and what defines a great producer, right? Top tier performance dogs versus top tier show dogs, and like what's the differences between the two when you're talking about producers, great producers, right? Because there is a difference between a high performance top tier dog that's a great producer and a top tier show dog that's a great producer, right? There's two different definitions, right? And then also I want to talk about producing these dogs,
Yeah.
right? And what that represents. So I'm gonna let you cook on it first, since I'm dealing with this, this in and out type of thing. And like I said, I apologize to you guys. What I mean, so just bear with me
Yeah.
in the classroom. I might have to rearrange my stuff next week because I'm actually in a new area in my house. So probably
That could be
why.
it.
Yeah, I think that's why. So next week I'll make sure I'll go back to the original space. But just bear with me, you guys, okay? And just let me know if y'all hear me or not. Okay. So again, I want to ask the question. Ready? And Corey, if you can, if you want to elaborate on it, you can as well. So
Yeah.
what defines a great producer, right? What I mean by producer is, producing the traits that allow the offspring to be great in our eyes, right?
Mhm.
Now, producing high performance dogs, there's a lot more to me that defines a great producer than a show dog. Okay.
Right.
And so with that being said, I want you guys to elaborate on, okay, what do you see? What do you define a top tier performance dog that's a producer? Like what is it that makes him a great producer? Like what does he have to give to his offspring to classify him or her as a great producer? And then I also want you to think about the show dog, right? And what defines its offspring to be, let's say, having all the attributes of that top tier show dog, right? You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I understand where you getting at. So Chris just said
Okay,
something on the lines of what I
Yeah.
was going to say, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this a little step further. So Chris
go ahead.
said show dogs are bred mainly for the looks, the performance. I mean, for the looks, and he says the performance dogs you're looking for certain traits. So with the show dogs, it's more to the show dogs than just the looks. Like that's probably number one. But when you get into those shows, you got to still be able to perform. Because I have been doing my research on a lot of dogs. Man, they got the smallest dogs making champions doing performance work in
Mm.
shows. So you gotta think about it. Like some of these dogs that's in shows, they're physically fit. You know what I'm saying? Like they training to
They
go
still
through.
gotta do like that agility
Yeah, they
course.
still got to do the agility course and stuff like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then before I step into the game dogs and the game list of dogs and stuff like that, I want to keep talking about the show dogs. See, the
Yeah.
show dogs, they still got to have a level of physical traits, because they can't just go out there and just walk around the ring and look good and get awards. They
They
can't
can't
do
be nervous.
yeah, they can't be nervous. They have to still show a type of performance. It has to be entertaining. Like, it has to be entertaining. Like, even some game dogs, they have shows and they doing the wall climb. They they doing the weight pulling. That's still show dogs. Like
Yeah.
ADVA, they host performance shows like that. But when we talking about the type of dogs that we like, we looking for a game. We looking for contact. We looking for stuff like that. We're looking for like hog hunters. We looking for stuff that, like, protection dog stuff. We not really keen. I mean, dialing in on that performance stuff and the show stuff. But what we like and what the show people like is totally two different things. So it's really apples and oranges on what you want. Cause like some people want a show dog and be famous, and some people just want the glory. I mean, they just want to have a stand-up dog, and it's just, it's a status thing. Like, man, I got the dopest dog. You can't even tell me my dog ain't the dopest dog. I ain't gotta have no awards for this. you know
Yeah, like them show
yeah,
dogs,
show
they
enough.
like a
Yeah,
certain
show enough is right. A
standard
good hog dog's not gonna make a good show dog. That's true. That's not gonna happen. That's not
now,
gonna happen.
because they too game. They're gonna be
Yeah,
fighting the other
yeah,
dogs in the ring.
yeah. That's two game.
They looking for steady, calm dogs
and
that
and,
can
and like
do that walk around. You know what I'm
and then
saying?
not just APPBTs. There's other game dogs. You know what
Yo,
I'm
there's a
saying? Like,
lot of game dogs.
it's
Them
not just
hounds
them.
is a
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
All the terriers a game.
Like, even those herders, those
Shepherds, them
those those
big
are
ass
considered game.
LGDs, some of them a game.
Yeah,
Because they fight. They fight
but
though.
to really answer your question about
But
the 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 studying part, like, these dogs, like, all right, if we going like just for like what the male's producing, like if the male is like, you know what I'm saying, producing the type of stuff that you know what I'm saying, you
that
looking
look,
for.
that
I mean,
standard look.
yeah, standard look, go for it. Like, if you ain't looking for nothing like something to protect your house, like, go
It's
for it.
like it's two
Go,
varieties. It's that
yes,
show
yeah,
variety and the working
working variety,
variety.
yeah, exactly.
Two different looks.
Two different brain, two totally different personalities at that.
Yeah. But you can still get some of those that trait for no flinch trait. Like where it's not scared and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good trait.
What is that? Like the
Where
no
they not scared in the ring, in the show ring.
yeah, they not nervous or
Yeah,
skittish.
when the guy comes around and he starts touching them and pulling their tail a little bit and pinching them a little bit, they grabbing the head, looking at it.
well,
Yeah,
I can
don't some dogs don't tolerate that. Like,
well, okay, let me
or
elaborate
they
on what you just
still
said, ready, because what you said as far as that being a trait, I I said that's more of a I would say this, ready,
a
when it comes to
condition.
just it being a dog being comfortable, right?
Yeah.
So if One thing about dogs, all of us who are really in tune with dog mentality, like the mental aspect of a dog. That's why when I speak about my program is frames, brains, and motors. That means you
Uh-huh.
got to work on, you got to build and work on all three of those things, one, two, and three. A lot of times, a lot of people don't put the reps in, the work it's necessary for your dogs to feel comfortable. You know how you do that? You do that workout or whatever, that stack session, and you have your kids touch on his face, mouth, balls.
Gotta be social,
Right. You got to have
sociable.
your wife do it, your son do it, you do it,
Mhm.
anybody who come over do it so that dog gets used to it. Because
Used
one
to
thing
it.
about
Yeah.
dogs, especially in their mind, they learn from repetition.
Yep.
So the people whose dogs react in that type of way to a judge, that person who's that, that show representative for that dog, they're not training that dog enough for that dog to be comfortable with anybody touching on it.
Hmm.
That's how I see
Mm-hmm.
that. Now some might be more comfortable with it, more comfortable than others. Kind of what you were alluding to, already. But at the same time, we're supposed to be able to train that in our dogs.
Not true.
If you have a show dog, but
Yeah, I
I digress.
seen it. I see it a lot though. Sometimes certain dogs they be like moving and shit. Even when
And
the handler be like trying to stack them again, they still be like kind of off sometimes.
man,
But that's why they got a whole bunch of them so they could test all of them, and then the best one that's who's gonna get breeding right.
but but see, okay, so then back to our topic, right? So shout out to you, Corey, because I mean, you definitely was building on that shit. You know what I'm
Uh-uh.
saying? Um,
I wish.
there's definitely a difference. I want you to elaborate on it too. Ready? Okay.
Yeah,
There, there's definitely, honestly, what Corey is saying and what we're breaking down is the differences between the two, right? The two type dogs, and then we're defining what would make them two types a great producer because it's different. Obviously, everybody is understanding that there's differences between a working performance dog and a show dog. It's obvious difference, and we're not going to define their producing power the same. So I digress on that. Go ahead, Reddy. I know
all
you want
right.
to elaborate on
So
it too.
so on the working dog side, the high performance dog side, we want those genetics to pass on from the father to his offspring, and all those traits that he has to offer, and then some, and then the new traits that they get, and that hyper vigor. So all those pups, or maybe more than half of those pups, they're gonna be like the dad, and the other ones you gotta help them to get to that performance level, because some of them you gotta still like help them a little bit, but the other ones, those are the excellers, and they're gonna be like the father, and all his litters is gonna be top tier anyway,
Yeah.
and they're all gonna do what they're supposed to do, like the dad, or even better.
And I think it always depends on the owner. Like whoever, I mean, people take dogs from you, buy
You don't
dogs from
care
you,
about the
and
looks.
go, yeah, they go and make their dogs somebody else's dog a champion in shows. That happens all the time.
And them
And then now
dogs
they,
ain't shit.
yeah,
It's a
But
lot
they're just looking
harder.
for that, the look in the show ring and the show dogs. They just looking for that particular standard look. There's
Right.
no performance. They don't
Right.
care about that. They
yeah, they
just
really
want,
don't care about that.
so the pedigree, the paperwork is gonna be, it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna grade out. So now I'm gonna get the top. the the top show quality standard dog. I already
Standard.
know. Yeah, I got the papers, his papers. I already know what he's gonna throw out. They
Mm-hmm.
all gonna look like him.
Right.
They're all gonna be able to walk the ring like him. Some
Right.
of them, some of them, that's Pat Home shit. And yeah, they they're just they're just gonna be ring walkers.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Yep. So, okay. So, would you guys say, is it easier to produce a top tier performance dog
Hell
that
no.
can produce its genetic characteristics, or is it easier to produce a top tier show dog that can produce its top tier genetic characteristics? Which ones is easier to produce? The top tier performance dog that can produce itself, or a top tier show dog that can produce itself? Which one's easier, in y'all's opinion?
I'm gonna
It's
say I'm gonna say
50-50.
breeding performance dogs is gonna be a lot easier than breeding show dogs because it's gonna be a hit and miss trying to breed show dogs. That's a gamble.
Yeah.
That's a gamble. Like trying to breed
They
a
all
show
gotta
dog.
look. They all gotta
If you
look
breed
that
it
same
strictly for
way.
if you breed it strictly for performance,
You don't need the looks.
your whole litter will be performance, and that ain't that's a show in itself. So, I mean, if you breeding for show, you got a long road. Like you trying to be famous, you trying to be social
Yeah, it's a
media
lot going
famous. You
to
know what I'm
that.
saying? That's a lot.
Now,
If
now
you
hold on,
just
Corey.
going for the say again.
Hold on. Hold on. I don't want you to talk about the process of getting to that point of being a show champion. But
It's
we're
about the genetics.
talking about the genetic characteristics being passed on to the offspring and the levels of
Okay.
achieving, right? The levels of achieving what you wanted to see out of your productions, right? So let's say you got a top tier champion performer in each level, which is a working dog, high performance top tier level, or show dog top tier level, right? There's two different levels, but they're top. So for us to say that dog or dogs, plural, male or female, are great producers,
Mm-hmm.
which category of dogs is harder to produce that? Like which one? And now you're saying
Working
it's show
is
dogs, right?
harder.
But go ahead, go ahead. I digress. Like I said, I'm letting y'all cook, so I'm digressing. But I want us to stay on.
I feel like any dog you trying to make famous is gonna be hard. Like even a small dog, you know what I'm saying. Like that's gonna be hard because you gotta. I mean, you gonna still be competing with other people regardless in shows because it's a whole different bracket. But like small, medium, big, you know what I'm saying. I mean, if it don't matter, like if you just trying to produce over and over the same dog and like trying to go for shows. I mean,
They don't care about in the show, right?
yeah,
As
they don't.
long as the dog's correct.
Yeah, as long as the dog's correct, yeah, that's you know what I'm saying. As long as it's correct, I mean, you gonna be winning. But like, is is how is it? It really depends how far you trying to go. You know, like in performance dogs. I mean, how far are we trying to go with this? Like, is we trying to be super big with these performance dogs, or are we just trying to have good performance dogs? Like, if you in the show, you trying to be famous. That's all I'm saying. You know.
Like the dogs, like, all right, so yeah, like with the show dogs, they're just built off of that standard. So you could keep completing making those litters and they're gonna still look like that same standard. The ones that stole crazy other off-brand colors, they toss those. So they just want that same
The
pattern,
same, yeah,
that
same
same
pattern as the,
pattern, and they all have to be correct.
yeah, and like can't have no kinks or nothing
Yeah.
anywhere, cause they trying to go down the checklist and
And
check everything out.
it's not gonna be that whole litter that gets picked either. It's usually certain dogs in that litter that gets picked for the show, and the rest of them get tossed. Whereas in the working dogs, all of them is gonna have those genetics, those top genetics, where
And
not
go ahead,
they
finish what
don't
you saying.
all, yeah, like they might not all get to go to that next home. Like they might not all reach the military, but they could still be used for breeding because they still gonna carry those top genetics,
Yeah, they
those,
gonna carry the top genetics.
yeah,
Yeah,
and the traits. So you could still keep breeding that to get those the next line and the next family that's gonna carry those genetics, that's gonna bring those dogs to the military.
So what I think what we're all saying collectively, in the chat, is a lot easier for a show dog to pass on its genetics and
Yeah,
based off criteria, right? Because like you guys were saying, when you're
and
judging
certain
a
standard. Yeah.
confirmation show, is based off of a standard, right? So as long as that standard is there, that judge knows that standard. You walk around the ring, whatever, angulation, all the things that defines a show dog standard wise. That is easier than producing a dog who lacks wind, who lacks bite, who lacks stamina, who lacks, you know what I mean, great angulation, who lacks lung capacity. All the things that you got to do for a high performance dog to
Uh-huh.
be able to pass all those genetic traits. Like I forgot who mentioned that. Somebody in the chat mentioned that. Salute to all y'all, but we cooking because that's what we do. We're a collective brain here. Can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Cool.
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So we're so it's harder for us because we're in that performance dog lane to have a dog that's to give us all these attributes versus a dog who all I gotta do is pass on his looks, his structure, his temperament, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's way harder for a top tier high performance type dog to produce a show dog because like we were talking about, if all I gotta do is trot my dog around in the ring, how much training is that for me? That's not a lot of training for me. We mentioned it. Find a lot of people to caress and fondle my dog. That's easy. Okay. Do some treats. Make my dog stand in a certain position. That's easy. Okay. Do a lot of coy, right? Coefficient of inbreeding. Do a lot of inbreeding, and you might get 3 out of the 6. You might get a half piece that might have your phenotype, because that's really what you judge, phenotype. Because as
Yep.
long as that dog trots around the ring and it doesn't bite the judge, at the end of it, I mean, it should win the show if it, fits the standard at a high level.
Yep.
But when it comes to performance dogs at a high level, it's competition. And the competition don't matter what you look like. It matters about how you finish and how you win.
Yeah,
So I got the ugliest dog, standard wise. But the spirit, the mindset, the training I put in, the conditioning I put in, the drive that's in the dog, the mentality that's in the dog, the heart capacity, the lung capacity, all these things that has to have And not only does it have to have it, it has to produce it.
Yep.
You know how hard that thing is
Yep.
Yeah,
compared
that's
to
hard.
that dog look a certain way. You know what I'm saying, you guys? Like that dog looks a certain way. It's got to prance around a ring a certain way. And as long as I can produce puppies that kind of look like him, I can train it to fucking trot around the ring and shit, and not bite a judge and stack. I can train it to do that. But if we're competing in a competition, you know how much work you got to put in for the training of that competition because you're competing against a dog. You're not competing against a judge.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah, we ain't. Yeah, that's two totally different lanes.
You
Just
can't
sweat.
really be biased at the end of the day. Either the dog performs at the highest level or it don't.
Facts.
Exactly.
But this is the thing. If we're cooking with that dog and we're going to call it a great producer, the standard that, you know, we have to make sure we understand that's set. And we need to see the same as the dog that is producing the puppies or greater. And I think that the standard, this is just my opinion, y'all, and we can keep cooking on this. I mean, we cooking now. It's to me, that standard is lower, not to down a show dog, but it's lower compared to all the things that, let's say, myself have to put into my standard of qualifying my dog to being a great producer. If my dog is a champion, great, top tier, everything, if he's not producing himself, and that's very hard to do because that dog has to show us in the performance, right? It has to show us in the wins.
All
And
right,
yeah, you can.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying now. All right, so basically, it don't, you just need to win one time in the show. You got to jump. You really got to jump through hoops and hurdles in this performance shit because you ain't just
You have
getting
to work.
champion you know just off somebody's a fan of your dog. You got to really go out there and show your work.
Prove
with
yourself.
the
Yeah.
with the with the show dogs, it's kind of it is kind of a hit and miss, but like you got to be your dog got to be popular to be a top
Yeah,
tier dropping
politics.
offspring dog. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You got your dog. I mean, the show dogs like the bullies and stuff. They got favoritism in those dog shows. So them people don't just be winning. It be people in cahoots, So the people that's getting trophies and stuff for their dogs and stuff at shows, that ain't that. I mean, I'm not gonna water their stuff down, but at the same time, they be showing favoritism in those shows. And so that's why we lean so much towards these performance dogs, because we know that ain't the type of dogs we like. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the shows and stuff cool, but that's not the type
That's the
of
watered down version of the
yeah,
dog anyway.
it's
Yes,
the watered
there you
down version.
go. That is the watered down version
They're
of the
not
dog.
conditioned.
Yeah, they
There's
not
no type of
conditioned. They not.
conditioning. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's none of that. It's none of that. Like you just got to go to the show and win one time. You got you a producer.
give your dog a good ass bath, make it smell all good.
Yeah, you got you a good producer. You got to make champion and grand champion ace and performance dogs and shit like that. That that's jail time, money, guns in your face, all type of bullshit. You got to deal with all the works with that.
Hey, now, Corey, let me elaborate on that one right there. Okay, so now for us, a lot
I'm
of
just
us,
saying you got to take the good and the bad with that. You know what I'm saying?
it all plays, but we're not. Listen, watch this. For us as dogmen who love high performance or performance dogs, and our first love is the American Pit Bull Terrier, right? A lot
Mm-hmm.
of us already talked about that many episodes ago. That majority of us, our first love when it comes to performance dogs is the American Pit Bull Terrier. However, we
Mm-hmm.
know that that's not a favorable way to be in. Understand that now. There's other lanes that those of us who like them type warrior
Mm-hmm.
performance
It is. It's us. It's other
competition
lanes.
type dogs. There's a lot of lanes for us to get into where we can get that same excitement, that same glory, and that same fix
Mm-hmm.
that we might have gotten back in the day when that other stuff was okay with the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Right.
However, check this out. However, the work you have to put in the other lanes that you have to do is a lot more than you can do when you was over dog.
Yeah, you
Right.
working up a little bit.
Okay, thank you, Reddy. So it's a lot more that we have to do to curate, to produce, to train, to develop type of dogs. And a lot of individuals
What up, nigga?
today are
What you doing?
lazy
Waiting on your
and they
ass.
don't want to put in that work. So, with that being said, yeah, we can talk about how our performance dogs are this and our performance dogs are that. But if you're not competing, then what is the scale that we're measuring in them on? Because with the top tier show dogs, like in the bully community, whether it be the exotic or the American Bully XL Standard or Pocket, they're actually competing. Whereas, if we're talking about, let's say, the American Pit Terrier, you shouldn't be competing in those arenas anymore. However, if you're not doing that, because that's what people say they're not doing, then how are you competing? Does that make sense?
Yep.
So there's
Yeah.
no
Yeah. That made
way.
absolute sense.
Okay, so there's no way we can measure what is a great producer or not if you're not competing with your dogs in any form or fashion, whatever that might be, right? And then based off of that competition, you're gauging your offspring off of what the parents did, or the grandparents did. And if they all did it at a high level, then at the end of the day, when it comes to the productions, we can rate if the dogs are greater or the same or lesser. But if we don't have that gauge of competition, then what are we doing? Does that make sense, Reddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in a podcast.
Hey, make sure you put, hey, Corey, put your on mute.
Oh yeah. My phone finna die. I gotta actually finna get ready to go home in a minute. How long y'all think you're gonna be
Hey,
on?
now we on, man, but good to hear you, man. It's all good. Come on if you can. It's all good though. Thank you for showing up,
I'm gonna
Corey.
be.
We missed you, brother.
I already know it, Coach. Hey, give me like 30 minutes to make it to the house, man. I'm gonna be home. I'm gonna join right
Yes,
back.
sir. Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Salute to Corey, man. We missed him, man. I'm glad he
Yeah.
hopped on, man. Shout out to you, Reddy. Hey, you the glue, Reddy. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, Reddy. But you get what I'm saying, right, Reddy?
Yeah.
I know y'all get what I'm saying, chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just levels to this when it comes to dogs. And then also, you need to have a standard when it comes to your productions. When it comes to your productions, but like, it's a lot of, I mean, with the internet, it's just a lot of fucking running. It's just a lot of commentating. It's not.
It's not a lot of dog showing, man. That's for sure.
It's a lot of commentating. And it's okay to commentate if you're commentating on those that are those type dogs that we can show and tell the world that, you know what we're talking about is what it is. Not what we talking about is hypothetical, or what we talking about is past tense, and we're putting the past tense on the future. that don't make no sense to us dog man and dog women engineers, right? So when we're talking about the versus battle between a top tier performance dog versus a top tier show dog, and what defines a great producer, the show dog guys can prove to us that their dogs are great producers, but how many performance dogs that are top tier can show their work and prove that their offspring are proven to show that their dogs that are top tier are great producers? And this with all of them that play. This with every aspect of a working dog lane.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reality that we face right now in this dog game. Now, I know because of my standard ready and chat that it's a lot harder for me to produce and have a great producer of a top tier performance dog. If I was in the show ring and I did that earlier on when I was fucking with the dogs, and it was easy to win. It wasn't hard. Now to produce that, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would just inbreed, ready, if I was doing show dogs,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I want the same. I want a carbon copy of the phenotype.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm not in that lane. So I need frames, brains, and motors. I just don't need the dog to trot around and stack and fit the standard.
Yeah.
Right.
Have a look. Yeah.
Right. I just don't need that. I need that dog to have the mental wherewithal. I need that dog to have drive. I need that dog to have its own awareness. I need that dog to have all the internals that you're not having to showcase as a show dog owner or a show dog participator. And we're not knocking our dog men or dog women who do show dogs. It's a lane for everybody. So that's not what we're doing over here. However, I want to show all of us, we know it. I want to make sure we understand that what we do as dog men and dog women, dog men engineers and dog women engineers is a lot harder than if we were trying to be show dog engineers or show, you know what I mean? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot harder for us to produce a top tier dog and then for that dog to produce itself.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You guys follow me, chat? So, you know how we do. We don't knock nobody. I don't disrespect any dog man, any dog women, however you operate. I'm for everything dogs, as long as it's progressive, right?
Yeah.
Progressing the dogs, I'm rooting for you, even though that's not my lane. What we do,
You're breaking up again.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So what we do as dog men and dog women is way harder than us being show dog and, show dog men and show dog women. Way harder. And it's easy for us to just talk about it because it's just talk. It sounds good. It's harder for you to get in the lab and have a standard and judge your dogs and your program based off of that standard of work, not looks. Because we can give a about the way the dog looks. It's functionally sound to do the work at the highest level. We don't care about the looks. But function, what do they say? What do they say? Form meets function.
Yep.
Frames, brains, and motors. It's hard to do. 1, 2, and 3 complete dog. For the highest level of performance, frames, brains, and motors. That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
When you're doing show dogs, chat, ready,
And at the highest level.
we just got to worry about what the dog looks like. To the
At
standard.
the lowest level. That's the lowest
easy.
level. Yeah.
There's extra credit thinking to that.
Just breeding.
Yeah, you just fucking inbreeding. Until it breaks apart, then you got to get an outcross, and then that's where it gets hard again.
Yep.
But once you have that dog that is pre-potent, you keep breeding it. And then if you got good with the judges, then you deal with the politics. But if we're competing in any type of form of competition, dog versus dog, the judge, the judge has to pick the best dog that does the best performance.
Yeah.
Not what his preference is on how the dog should look. Who performed the best? That's the hardest to me to produce. And then not only that, that is the hardest for that dog to produce itself.
Mm.
And a lot of us know game dogs. How many of those dogs were great producers? Not many. Not many. You know why? Because on any given day, that dog who was a champion can lose.
Yep.
And there's no judge, there's no politics that will dictate that. Period. So the reason why I wanted us to cook on this, because I wanted you guys to understand that the lane that we're in is not easy lane to be in. All this talking that the internet produced is not really what the working or high performance dog lane is supposed to be. Fuck all this talking shit. If you guys really play this lane, you better put your dogs in a space where you could compete.
You keep painting right now.
Can you not?
I'm doing it now. We're still doing it.
Damn it, man. Hey, y'all bear with me on this one, man. Next week, I'll make sure I'm in a different place. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all bear with me on this one, man. I apologize. I'll make sure I go back to the place I was. But I apologize for the T-Pain and the inner, you know what I mean, the max headroom. That shit. You know what I mean? But thank you, Reddy, for keying me on that. But like I said, I want us to understand that the lane, okay, that we are in, okay, is a hard lane to be in. It's a hard lane to produce these type dogs that are top tier, and it's even harder to reproduce them.
Right.
It's a lot easier to produce a top tier show dog than it is for us to produce a top tier performance dogs. Now I'm gonna digress. I'm gonna let you cook a little bit, Reddy, because I'm over here doing the in and out. So I'll let you
Yeah.
cook those and elaborate on what you feel about this again. You know what I mean? But go ahead, Brady.
So like top. It's way easier to make top tier show dogs. Just cook to the standard, and as long as you do the inbreeding, but as long as the dog still gotta be correct, no matter what. So even doing those breedings, the dog still has to be correct. It has to have all the hindquarters, the the low rear, the medium rear, correct ears. It's still got the no flinching thing that I said, the no flinching thing, and they gotta be able to walk around the ring with no hesitation, and listen to the handler, because the handler still gotta stack it and raise the tail up and all that shit. And the working dog, that male, that producer, he gotta show himself in every litter, top tier. And hopefully them joints is perform. They all gonna be basically performers, but not all of them are gonna perform to that level of standard that we might be looking for. You know what I'm saying? It's still levels and tiers to that. And
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. You know, I agree. But see, one is judged, right, by what it looked like versus what it do,
yeah,
what it does. And if my dog looks like shit, but it does better than your dog in performance,
that's a
then what
win
does that
for
mean?
me.
Right. You can't say shit. You can say my dog ugly, looks like a piece of shit, but it whooped, it beat your dog in the performance, whatever that performance might be. And then that ugly dog might be a fucking superior producer.
That still got those high level genetics to pass on.
Correct.
And
But
all
see,
of them
that's,
should have it though. All of the puppies should have it.
I mean, they should have the genes, but that doesn't mean it what they would say click or it connects or you as the orchestrator of putting those genes together, you might not know the right genetic combinations to make the genes click.
Facts. See, it's still levels to that.
A lot of levels to that.
Always gonna be levels. Mm,
So for us,
man.
right, for us who, like I said, shout out to Raul for QB, was it QBN, right? That's his stuff?
Yes.
QBN. Okay, shout out to Raul. He talks about the koi and all that stuff. If you want it easy, it's not easy, but easier, get a show dogs. Go ahead and get you a bully. Go get you an exotic, or you get and you do a lot of inbreeding and try to produce the same dogs and play the politic game and go to them shows, and you might be a winner. You might be able to produce some winners. And it'd be a lot easier than coming over here and producing competition dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Because every fucking year, every breeding you are raising the bar. We're not inbreeding nothing over here unless we compound in genetics. Unless we want to, unless we did an outcross and we concentrate genes. Other than that, I can care less what them damn dogs look like over here. I need freaks. And we know how we get freaks. So my freaking nature would never fit the standard of a show dog.
Oh, no.
Not the way we breed freaks of nature. Not the way we enhance performance. You don't enhance performance by inbreeding dogs. We know that. We know better than that. I might get all my dogs to look the same, though. Ready?
Yeah.
But it's not going to guarantee that my dog is going to be a winner.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to competition, and that's all competition, you guys. You know what I mean? Don't think in a box. We don't think in boxes. Anything level competition, anything that you got your dogs geared towards competing, okay, that's how your gauges should be set. We're not just talking about one type of competition. Any competitive dog sport that your dogs participates in, you should be breeding towards that. However, we know if we want to excel and get better, we cannot keep inbreeding to do that. It doesn't eventually, over time, work out. And we're in a day and age where we have information that we can learn from our ancestors, our forefathers who did the dogs before us, and we can better our programs based off of what they did that they didn't know. And we know that we need to keep expanding our gene pool to add characteristics to configure.
Right.
That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
There's no basic formula for that. There's a basic formula to making a show dog. There's a standard. As long as you meet the standard, you're better than all the rest of the standard, you win.
Yep. That's it.
You know the judge likes you, you even win even more. But dogs against dogs in competition, may the best dog win. Period. Period. And if you're a competitor, hey, ready. If you're a competitor like myself, I know you're a competitor. Chad, I know you guys are competitors, right? Every time we compete and our dogs don't meet the level of our competition, we're going to get back in the lab. We're not going to be cooking up the same in the lab. We're going to try to we know we got to get better.
Always.
I'm not going to do no inbreeding on my shit after I just got my ass beat. You creep. Am I stupid? I got to get back in the lab. That's why it's so hard. That's why it's so hard for you to have a top tier performance. Because guess what? The top tier dog that you had last year, there's dogs coming out next year that's better than your dog from last year. So if your dogs that you produce are not being dogs that last year, then you know you're not a person. Even though he might be better than his father or she might be better than her mama, she's not beating the competition.
Right.
So our standard is way higher as a winner with no politics. So us in our lane with these dogs, it's a hard lane to be in, y'all. And you can't talk about it, even though the internet makes it easy for people to talk about it. You gotta compete, like the show dogs compete. And then you have to compete with high level competition. You can't compete with garbage competition and think you top tier because you beat garbage competition. That don't make no fucking sense.
Mm.
Your competitors are fucking low level and you just running amok on them. So you think you got top tier shit. Well, then what? I mean, fuck. What league are you in? You in the fucking D League? What the fuck league are you in? Oh well, my dogs are the best. Look who you're competing against. Trash.
Facts.
So I want to salute all my show dog men who do confirmation shows. Salute to you guys. You guys got it easy. Okay. Do you win, make great confirmation dogs. You know, beautiful thing. Follow the standard, all the shit. Beautiful thing. You know, big salute to y'all. But our lane over here, bro, man, it's the hardest lane to be in when it comes to fucking dogs. We got way more to think about in the lab. Frames, brains, and modes when we in the lab. It's not just fucking phenotype we in the lab. I care less if my dog got tight toes. I can care less if my dog got a fucking straight back.
Word. As long as
That's
you get
just
the
me.
job done.
As long as my dog performs at a high level rating, just like you said, and gets the job done, he can look however, or she can look however she need to look, man. As long as I'm getting that W at the end, and it's the highest level of performance, frames, brains, and motors, everything is functional at the highest level, I'm a winner. But again, me putting that genetic combination rightly put in that dog to have the best brain for performance. Me putting those genetic combinations together to make sure that dog has a functional performance frame. And the motor, the drives, gotta have multiple drives in there. Can't just have one, gotta have multiple drives.
Yeah.
All three of those gotta coexist in unison. Shit. I mean, that's never any story in the lab. We always breaking shit down. You know, it's just like a race car team. Y'all know I'm Formula One. After every race, you know what we do after every race? We break the car all the way back down to its pieces. Fix everything, build everything, see the flaws, build it back up to begin. That's what we do every time.
No.
It's different for us who do dogs.
Always got to put in
Our
new
process is
parts.
different. Yeah, our process is different. Ready?
Shit. I was just thinking about like with the show dogs, right? It'd be like what, like 30 of them in the ring, one wins. Some do these people, the losers, they still come back next year with the same dog to compete again.
Yeah, they do.
There ain't no curve.
Because it's politics. The next judge might make you a winner,
Might be lenient to you, yeah.
or his or her preference. Versus my dog against your dog. This is the task. Who does it better?
And faster. Yeah.
Yeah. Who performs better at the task wins. My bias, there's no ties in a performance working dog competition. It's your dog perform the task at the highest level versus that dog, you win. These are the parameters of performance. Your dog has to meet these criteria for performance to win. My bias can't judge that. Period.
Yeah.
Right. Tony said something that's real too. Or you can pick shows with light comp. Exactly. I mean, a lot of them do that. They'll travel to places with light competition, and because there's no competition, you get, your first place ribbon and you can become a champion. But Tony, real shit, like what we're saying with competition dogs, motherfuckers will pick the competition to go against to get their champion. Same shit.
Yep, same shit.
That's why there's levels we talked about. There's levels to everything. But see, the competition type dogs, working dogs, right? When you're at the highest level, then I mean you at the highest level because you're not going to be undefeated at the highest level. There's a few individuals on the planet that can be undefeated at the highest level. That's like 1% of competition. We see it in all sports. That's a small percentage that ever go undefeated, that compete against the best. We'll say 1%. Muhammad Ali was considered the greatest of all time, but he's not undefeated. But he is considered the greatest of all time. And I'm sure the reason why is because he fought the best of the best. Win, lose, or draw. So we have to judge it accordingly. Yeah, you went undefeated, but yeah, you might have half your career, you might have fought top tier competition, but the other half of your career, you fought mediocre fighters. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're undefeated, but 50% of them wasn't even worthy to be even in a ring with you or whatever it might be. So we can't get greatest of all time. You're exposed when you fight the best. That's what competition is about. What's going to make me push myself if I'm not going against the best, if I'm not learning from a loss? Same thing with Mike Tyson. Facts, Coop. But that's the reality of it. It's like, who's willing to push himself and be humble enough to accept defeat, but learn from that defeat and come back victorious after that? Get the rematch.
Right.
Salute your opponent for being better than you in that competition. Say, you outworked me. Good job. I need to work on some things. That's what this is about with dogs. If you in it to create a high performance type working dog, the highest level, you have to be willing to compete at the highest level, whatever it might be, and be okay with losing. Not content with it, but okay with the fact that, you know what, you were just the better. You outworked me. I have work to do with my program. I got complacent in my breeding tactics, in my family of dogs. I thought my family of dogs was good enough.
You got too comfortable. Word.
Yes. You can't get comfortable in competition.
No.
Sorry, you guys. Never get comfortable in competition. Engineers, high performance, we always, I don't care, we should be breaking down our dogs and say, it
Breaking up.
You hear me now already?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. We need to be, if we won whatever competition we had our dog in, we still need to be breaking down that competition and that dog, that performance, and saying, you know what, we got work to do. I'm never leaving a competition a winner and not going back and practicing as if I didn't win. Practicing and build my dog back up as if it was a brand new competition.
Breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Even though I'm 5-0 in competition, this competition is back 0-0. Who holds themselves to that type of standard nowadays? Ready?
Fucking Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd. Who holds themselves to that type of standard nowadays? I'm talking about with dogs.
Oh.
Because it's rare that I hear from dog men of today anything that's progressive. You only get progressive dog man talk over here. I mean, do you hear any progressive talk on any other podcasts?
Nah.
I don't know. Maybe you do. I listen to a lot of them. I hear a lot of Back to the Future. Back to the Future.
I hear old shit.
I don't hear progressive talk. I don't hear optimistic, forward-thinking. I don't hear that from other dog podcasts. I don't.
No.
And I look for it. That's why I listen to so many different type dog channels. Because I look for it. But it's hard. I get why. Ready? I get why. Because it's hard.
Yeah. Yep.
But we setting the tone over here, dog men and dog women, dog men, engineer, dog women, engineers, setting the tone over here. And I want you guys to be motivated, but it's going to take time and it's going to take a lot of work.
Yeah.
But eventually we'll have it where we want it to be. Eventually, it's going to take time. But eventually it'll get there. And shout out to all the dog men and dog women pioneers. I see y'all out there. You know what I mean? They just not talking about it, ready?
Yeah.
But I see them.
They will be, though. In due time.
In due time. You know, it's still early.
Yeah.
You know, we still ahead of the game, you guys and gals. We still ahead of the game. You know, we're still progressive in what we're still prototype conversation. Our conversation is very prototypical. But just know when it hit, it's gonna hit hard. Shout out to Aria. Did you I know you
Yeah, I've
follow
seen
Aria.
that.
Yeah,
They showed Sheik again.
yeah, that's so chic again, man. Shout out to Aria, man.
That's gangster.
Shout out to Aria, man. Respect for her. What she did for
You
her
breaking
culture.
up, coach.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so what she did for her culture, the Brazilian culture, what she did for her team, but all the Brazilian bulldog breeders and her coming out here doing what she did, being professional, just top tier, man. The woman's top tier, but not only that, she's just a good woman, man. She does great business, solid. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all before, like she shipped a puppy of mine to Peru for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's dope.
And how I was introduced to her is she was on one of my posts. She DM'd me and just told me, "Hey, I love your content. You always crack me up with your And I said, no, thank you. I appreciate your support. She followed me ever since then, DM me off one of my posts. And then I found out that she did international dog shipping. And of course, I'm gonna spend money with you. That's how I do. So you gave me a shout out, like, hey, I got a dog that needs to go to Peru. She's like, I got you. And she got my dog to Peru. So
That's
salute
dope.
to her. Yeah, salute to her.
Salute.
But everything she's doing with the Brazilian bull, man, top tier. I mean, she getting all the money ready.
Yeah.
She deserves it.
Oh yeah. I seen she used to do dogos before.
Yeah, did that at a high level.
High level. Shit.
But I see why. I can see why. She's top tier when it comes to business, ready? Like top tier. That wasn't no cheap ass fucking shipping to ship a dog from America to fucking Peru. Okay? So you gotta trust people with your money that they're gonna do what they say. Top tier every fucking step of the way, ready? Top tier business. So shout out to her. She deserves everything. I'm happy for her and what they're doing, man. Get all that money, Aria. You deserve it. And she talk about all the haters. I mean, you know how they do. Everybody gonna hate when you climb into the top and you pioneering. That's what they do. They hate.
Oh yeah.
It's like you supposed to be salute motherfuckers that's doing shit that's different. Instead,
Yep.
I don't like that shit. Oh, I don't like that shit. They got the banana in their mouth. I don't like that shit. But shit, she getting to the bad guy. Hey, shout out to Bossy, because see, Bossy, you know what I'm saying? Kat from Bossy, she already know. She know that, you know what I mean? She know that Aria about to catch her wave. Because right now, Bossy been dominating that XL game forever.
Yeah, I see she got some dogs in there too.
Man, she already hit her up. She was smart. Kat ain't no dummy. You know what I'm saying? She's smart. So she already hit her up like, hey, hey, I'm the queen of this shit, right? Let's collaborate. So she already got some of that Brazilian bull in her shit because she already dominated. So what she did, she didn't say, oh, I'm a, you know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't doing like some individuals would do, but like, oh, I'm gonna downplay that Brazilian bullshit. Fuck that shit. She was like, nah, I'm gonna collaborate.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna get that Brazilian bullshit in my blood because my blood's already cracking, but I'm not gonna knock it. I'm gonna go ahead and get it in my shit too. And that's what she did. So shout out to Kat. She's smart. She got that Brazilian blood in her shit too. So, that's some shit I respect. I love seeing that pioneer dog individuals who create their own lane and they're elevated and they're succeeding at a high level. So that's why I tell you guys, whatever you guys are doing, stick to it. It's going to take some time. Dedicate yourself to the process. It's going to take some time. But if you believe in it, you get a high standard, you put the work in, you'll achieve it eventually.
It's a fact.
But it's going to take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, shout out to BGK. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he got anything new, though, because he been knocking the game off for a while. My man from BGK. What's his name? You know his name, Ready? Don't you know Andre?
Andre, yeah.
Yeah, he been doing this thing for a minute.
I ain't see him post in a minute, though.
Yeah, I haven't really seen anything new from him. I'm sure he probably got something cooking, but I'm sure he collaborating with Aria too. He ain't no dumb. He definitely ain't no dumb dude. He's smart.
Word.
I'm sure Aria too. If you be a fool not to.
Shit.
Now remember when Raul brought Aria on, and at first he was against the Brazilian Bull, and then he got a chance to see it, and then of course Aria is top tier, so of course he had to respect it, right?
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it this week because I was thinking to myself, like, Raul, like, why are you?
Got that.
I'm like, why would you go do that pocket and then try to build yourself up from the pocket to the XL? Why would you do that? You should just go and fuck with Aria. But see, I had to put myself in Raul's shoes, right? Because at first I just didn't understand. It's like, bro, I know what I would have done, me personally. I would have said, I'm fucking, because I don't have no pride. As far as like when it comes to like the genetics and shit of dogs. I have pride in my program, but I don't have no pride when it comes to buying some sauce that I need. I don't fuck it. You got something I need that's gonna get me there faster. I'm fucking with you. That's how I am. But I had to put myself in Raul's shoes because Raul has been a pioneer for many moons of the XL Bully. Would you agree, Reddy?
Yeah.
So him being a pioneer, he had his vision. He was in the early stages of it. He bought some good stuff. He cooked. He got his little program, his foundation. He's good. But, of course, he's not where he wants to be. But then there's this Brazilian Bull come along, and it's, of course, it's fucking, it's killing his shit. He knows it. Now, because he doesn't know about the origins and the sauce, he thinks it's this, he thinks it's that. Aria comes on, tells him, no, it's really this. Come, let's meet and I'll show you. Raul being the man that he is, all right, let me see it. And that's what I respect about Raul. He said, all right, let me see it. He goes, and of course he sees it, and he sees that Aria ain't bullshitting. But him not adding that now is putting him further back. However, this week, can you hear me, Ready?
Yeah.
All right. This week, I comprehended why he's taking his route. And it's because he wants to know that he can do it his way first. And if he can't do it his way first, then he'll go and fuck around and go ahead and grab that Aria Brazilian Bull blood. That's what I think it is. So I think because he pioneered his space, he's got to prove to himself that he can do it the way he originally decided, going back to the pocket and then building it back up to the XL. So that's the reason why. So I thought about that, like, okay, I see why you're doing that, Raul. And I can respect that, Raul. I can respect that because you want to just see if you can do it your way. However, you're wasting time, Raul. And
we already know. Yeah, like
you're wasting time. the Brazilian Bull is the sauce. You
That's the
better get
way.
on now because these motherfuckers who's getting on right now is going to get all the money before you. So don't wait, Raul. Matter of fact, you should just get you one of those too, Raul, and then cook both ways. Okay? That's what I would do. Cook both ways. Go ahead, since you cool with Aria, go get you some fucking Brazilian Bull sauce and cook both ways. Because, you know,
Shit.
Raul got the money. He can do that. But I digress on that.
I wonder if there's a way you could use some of that sauce and recreate the French bulldog.
But you got to elaborate on that.
Shit, like it still be that Frenchy shit, but the jaw and the neck like that. It'll have that a longer neck so it could breathe better, and it won't have that snorting shit, that snorting problem too much, and the snout will be out a little bit more.
Nah, I don't think so because with the French Bulldog, they want them to be compact. They want them to have, you know, like they want those
They
feet.
want them to be looking like that.
Yeah, they want them to be super
Yes.
compact. They want them to be small, micro type. You know, they want that like they want that spread in the chest and the rears. So they want that extreme feature like they do with the exotic. Not extreme like the exotic, but damn near close enough. I'm talking about the extreme to the Frenchie. Real short backs, you know, big
Yo, I
head.
seen the real small back Frenchie. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Like, that shit shouldn't exist.
Yeah, one of the dudes that I fuck with, that I got my foundation from, Early Bird, East Bay Frenchies. He got a whole bunch of those. That was his whole play. He kept shrinking the backs down more and more and more and more. He got them super
Yeah.
short backs.
Yeah, that's scary, man.
Yeah. But I mean, he been doing it for a long time, and he's getting to the bag. That's why I said it's like whatever arena that you in. If your clientele's into that, that's why you breeding toward that, and that's why he do what he do because his clientele's into that shit. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want them super short back motherfuckers, but obviously they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I'm okay with not being in the show dog type, you know, dog man program because you start breeding for looks, you're gonna lack in performance.
Yeah.
And I've had dogs, my buff dogs, right? My girl Big Bertha, who were bred for looks that lacked in performance genetic characteristics. So for me, being a performance dog man, working dog man, I love the way they looked, but not to the detriment of performance.
So she was show quality, basically.
Well, wow factor quality. It's the extreme, kind of like the Brazilian Bulldog. The reason why the reason why everybody's all in uproar about the Brazilian Bulldog is the extreme wow factor of the dog. So, if you are a performance dog man or woman and you like those extreme type features, you got to pick one or the other. That's what I had to learn on my journey because I like a dog with the flair and the extreme features. I like the wow factor in dogs. I do. I bought dogs because of that.
You still
But,
gotta be able to perform, though.
right. When them dogs die because they lack a level of performance that I demand on my yard, then I have to choose one. And the loss of a dog based off of how much I love the way it looks is not something that I gravitate toward anymore.
Right.
I had to learn that by experience. Rogue Wolf Project, big salute to my brother. I had
Salute,
to learn that
bro.
by experience. And you can't have both. That's what I've learned as well in the lab. If I wanted to make Red Tiger the same, I would have just continued with the buff dog recipe. I had a chance to get 3 females that I could have kept breeding Red Tiger to and made them freaky looking ass bulldogs. But guess what? They would all been dead.
Yep. Heat stroke.
He stroked out.
No off switch.
No off switch.
Ooh.
And again, you guys got to understand, there's levels to performance, right? What you want your dogs to do, how you want to exert your dog's energy. I like high performance dogs, so I want my dogs to be like AK-47 Chopper or AR-15, where I can work them, and you will not blow their motor up. You will not stop their drive. Because in their mind, right, in the dog's mind, they can still keep going. There's no stress mentally because their body's saying, I can't go no more. Or, Daddy, I can't breathe no more, even though my mind want to keep working. I want them type dogs. Well, not every dog is that type of dog. Those dogs with those smushed faces,
That's
most
the
of them
worst.
are not that type of dog. Those dogs with super big muscles and shit, those dogs, most of those dogs are not going to have great stamina. Like, these are the things that you learn when you own all these types of dogs. I had to learn that, having all types of dogs. Buying dogs genetically off of what I want them to look like. Oh, I want my dogs to look strong and tough. So I buy dogs like that. Then I work them and they don't do what I want them to do. They do enough, but not the way I want it. Now, if I wanted a pet, that's a cool pet because I would never overexert a pet. Does that make sense, Freddie?
Yep.
I'm not going to overexert my pet. For what? It's a pet. I'm just going to walk it around. You're going to see it. Oh, that's a cool dog, coach. That's not what I'm built for.
Show and tell dogs.
Yeah, you just, oh, look. Oh, that's a dog. Wow. Wow factor. I call it the wow factor. And that's what them Brazilian bulls are. Wow factors. Shout out to them. Okay. You want a nice little cool temperament dog, look big and strong?
Yeah, we still haven't seen if they could work.
They're not bred for that. According to Aria, they're like the American bully.
Or that's that look shit. Accessories.
She said all her male dogs get along. There's no way I can let my
Same.
male dogs run around together and think they're going to get along. It don't work that way.
Right.
Not in my yard. But on her yard, those Brazilian bulls, all the males get along, she said.
Damn. Yeah.
So again, most people, especially when you're a consumer, right? You're intrigued by a dog's looks. You're not intrigued by it. You don't give a fuck if that dog performs if you're a consumer. If you're into working dogs, that's different. You need a dog to do a job. That's why you're buying it. But unless you're at a high level of competition and your program dictates that, you're not going to get the money that these people who have these these wow factor dogs, you're not going to get the same money that Aria is getting for her consumers or her dog men or dog women who are into the shows, the breeders. What's good, therapy, emotional support, dog? Hey, you're gonna have
Salute.
to hit that rewind button, my brother. So it's not the same, for us, because it's like our focus is not looks for high performance working dog. So the dog might be a superior athlete, but it might not wow you when you see it. So with that being said, unless you win the competition, I mean, I probably won't get the money that Brazilian bull's gonna get if I wanted to sell it, unless you in the competition.
That's a fact.
That's why Aria's getting all the money, because she capitalized in the wow factor. Those Brazilian bulls got the wow factor.
Yeah.
They didn't lie about how they cooked them up either. They didn't lie, say they was purebred, 100% this. Nah, she told you that the motherfuckers got American Bulldog in them. She told y'all. And we know where they come from. So now you can see the recipe. Sunshine Bulls, right? Ready?
Yep.
Now you can see where they get that freakish look from. That American Bulldog from Sunshine Bulls. But see, for us, it don't work that way, right? You just can't go to a freak of nature, right, and breed it to your dog and hope that it gets the same fucking performance traits. You might get the look, but the performance traits, frames, brains, and motors, that's a whole different play. That's a whole different play. And then we gotta fucking, your eyeballs can't dictate if that dog's a winner or not. Right? Me seeing the dog can't say, I want that dog, coach. When we're dealing with performance dogs, we need to go, hey man, let's go take it to the weight pull track and see how much it pulled. How much you want for that, coach? You say that joker's a top tier puller? Okay, cool. Let's take it to the track. If it pulls that, then I'll give you this. Like, we in a whole different lane. We're in a whole different lane, ready?
Hell yeah.
Oh shit. Hey, my man said he said I'm gonna bring in another bulldog in my camp. Hey, if you got some money, therapy, emotional support dog, go overseas.
Sunshine.
Go overseas. Make sure your bag is right, where you can pay for shipping, all that shit that's required to get your shit shipped from Brazil, and go to Sunshine Bulldogs and get you one of them big ass freaks. Go get
Hell
you
yeah.
big ass freaks. Okay, you're not gonna be able to work it though, but at least you have those genetics, you have those phenotypes. If you want to cook with it and then turn those phenotypes into a working dog, you have some good DNA. Go over there and get one of those. That's what I would recommend that you do. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you want to do with your
You
bull.
want performance, though.
I don't know. I mean, so therapy, emotional support dog. Do you want your bulldog to be a performer, or you just want the bulldog look, phenotype? That's a good question. Because there's truly a difference. He said if a dog has structure, that performance will follow. That's not true. That's not necessarily true. There's a lot to it: frames, brains, and motors. It's a lot to it when it comes to performance dogs. And it's easier said than done. Easier said than done.
You don't like the Alan Scott Bulldog?
I like all bulldog variances. However, with me, I'm always trying to create my own. So I respect the Allens, or excuse me, the Scotts. What's the other one? What's the other one, Ready?
Johnson.
Johnson, all the other guys and gals who have their bulldog program. I respect all their programs because they have their own reasons for why they produce their bulldogs. But for me, I have my own bulldog program, which is called the Formula One Bulldog, and I'm trying to produce the ultimate performer, but I still want to wow. I still want to wow the fuck out of you too at the same time. But at the same time, for me, I'm trying to find out what that wow factor is for my dogs. I can't say like before. I was trying to make one of them Sunshine Bulldog type dogs ready a wow
Yeah.
factor, right? Or a Red Tiger Formula One dog. That's Tom Cruise Mission Impossible. That's not form follows function. It don't work that way.
Right.
Okay. I had to learn that.
Shit. Even if you, what if you put Greyhound in there? It still ain't gonna work.
No, okay. As soon as you do that, ready, guess what happens to your whole fucking phenotype? You just broke that shit all. You just fucked that whole shit up. It's gonna take you a long time to get those extreme features back. And then when you start throwing back the old shit, now you watering down the Greyhound. It's a song and a dance. Ready? It's like a song and a dance. It's like how you showed me that collie with the bulldog in it, right?
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, the collie was already a performance working dog, and then that bulldog might have already been a performance bulldog.
Facts.
So whatever the reason why they crossed it, maybe it was an accident, but maybe it was a reason. Let's say it was a reason. Whatever their reason by crossing that, it was already two working level type dogs, whether it be a bulldog or a collie. Then you brought that together, and then you just took those puppies, whatever they did, and made a super collie.
They only use 15% of the AB.
Well, what they probably did was they just probably brought it back to another collie and shit, watered it down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's probably 15% because they don't have watered it down. But we're talking about the phenotype. If you wanted to look like a Red Tiger or one of them Sunshine Bulls, but you wanted to still have that frame functionality, that brain mentality, and that drive and the motor, and then to perform at the level with that extreme body, that's where that shit don't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's two opposite sides of the spectrum. And me hearing Vito Allure talk about his mission and how he tried it and never accomplished it, and then me thinking that I'm gonna do it when Vito didn't do it, I had to slap myself in the face and wake myself up like, Coach, what are you thinking, bro? Stop it. Stop. You already own them type dogs. They didn't live up to your standard. What are you thinking? Think about athletes. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to bring reality to my program when it came to my Bulldogs. So I get it now. You know what I mean? I'm okay with the phenotype being exactly what it needs to be for a Formula One level type Bulldog. I'm okay with that now. I'm okay with that. But when you're ambitious as a dog man or a dog woman and you have a vision, I don't knock you guys for trying it because I tried it. But sometimes, we got to scrap our programs before we freaking run ourselves into a damn pit, run ourselves into a wall, and you're like, fuck, you're like Vito, 30 years in, and you still ain't did it. Like, fuck, man, I'm done. I'm gonna go buy me a Brazilian bull and breed Brazilian bulls now. That's what Vito did. Shout out to Vito. That's what he did. He went to Aria and got him a Brazilian bull. Said, fuck it. I'm done with them bulldogs. 30 years in.
Shit.
So, you know, I mean, it's a process, you guys. You know, we can't be kennel blind. We can't be naive when we look at our lab notes and it's not adding up. If it's not adding up, scrap the shit. Scrap it. It just doesn't work. Scrap it. We engineers. We do the math. We do the genetic mathematics. If it don't fucking add up, throw the shit in the trash. Start over. It is what it is. You're not a failure. It just didn't work. It just didn't work. It's okay. You're not going to be perfect on your tests. It's always a lab experiment. That's why we do what we do. That's why we engineers. We know this. But we try it. We try it again. And you try it again. However many times you try it to get a failure, almost, failure, almost, failure. But if it's not there, but you keep getting the almost failure, scrap it. Scrap it. Scrap it. It's okay. It's all right. Move on. So all we should worry about, back to the topic, for us, if you're in this lane, a lot of you guys are with the working dogs. We're talking about a top tier level. It's the highest level of working dog. Not only that, it's a performance competition type dog. And you're trying to have that dog produce itself. You have to judge the productions off the standard of the parents. And if you have a show dog and you're doing the same things, right? What are the differences? Well, one is phenotype driven and one is all of the above driven. Form and function. There's no true functionality in a show dog other than standing and stacking and trotting around a ring. As long as your angulations are correct, you meet the standard, you can stack the dog, you got a chance to win.
Right.
But when it comes to a fucking top tier performance dog, any given fucking day, it can meet that opponent that fucking tests you as an owner of that dog, as a trainer and a developer of that dog, as a producer of a dog. It will test you and the dog any motherfucking day. So your perfection one day might be imperfection the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you won the last time in competition don't mean that you're going to win the next time.
Facts.
You manipulate the circuit with a show dog and you know you already a champion in that ring and the judges already know you got a bias for that. In that show dog arena, there's a bias towards you because you're a defending champion. But when you're competing with dogs, we're not going to the cards and letting the judges decide. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying in all levels of competition, you guys, please don't be putting it in the negative, because I know some people might put it in the negative, and that's not what I'm fucking talking about. The negative level of competition. You already know what that is. We're not talking about that. We're talking about competitive dog on dog, competitive sports, whatever it might be. Weight pull, fucking dock diving,
Racing.
greyhound racing, right? Dog racing, whatever, anything competitive dog on dog that is not dog fighting. Okay. Well, we're letting the dogs dictate who wins. And then not only that, we're the best at what we do, so we only want to compete with it. We're not ducking anybody. We're not ducking the best. We need to test what we've all our hard work and genetics. We want to test that. So we want to go against the best ones, because if you beat me, that means I got work to do. That means I'm going to make my program better if I beat you next time.
Yep.
Then if we're men, you know what I mean, and we like friendly competition and we respect each other, then, I'm going to tell you a good game, and I'm going to tell you next time I'm going to whoop your ass. Then when I whoop your ass, you going to tell me good game, and you going to tell me next time I'm going to whoop your ass. And we're going to go back and forth like Aaliyah. That's what we're going to do, because we highly competitive. And we respect each other because we keep pushing each other to raise the bar. That's friendly competition. That's professional, right? That's called professional sports.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we are. We professionals over here. I want you to whoop my ass. How many people say that? I want you to do it, because then I'm never going to get comfortable. I'm never going to get complacent in my lab, because you just whoop my ass. And I respect you as a dog man.
Yeah.
I respect your program. I respect your dogs. So I know you did a great job, because I know I was putting my all into it, and so was my dog, and you was the better. You came out on top. I'm not gonna hate on you because of that. I'm gonna salute you. Now me and my team, I'm gonna break my whole program down, because next time I'm gonna come out and whooping your ass.
Yeah.
It is harder for us to make these top tier performance dogs, and then yet alone for that dog to produce its genetic characteristics, because we need way more than what the dog looks like. Way more. Don't y'all forget it. Anything else you want to add, Reddy?
Shit. Just gotta get those top 10 genetics.
And don't look at no fucking pedigree for those genetics. Fuck a pedigree. Look at the dogs. Plural. Plural. Look at dogs, plural. Look at what they show you. And then pray to God that they can produce what they show you. Because that's again, I tell y'all all the time, we're gambling genetically. That's the lottery when we breeding. So nothing's guaranteed. It is what it is. Accept it. Accept this shit. But pick your program based off of the dogs. Make your program based off the dogs, not pedigree.
Yeah.
I don't live in time. I don't look back at my dog's ancestors and pray I get that. I don't. I look at my dog and pray I get my dog, especially if it's a superior dog in front of me. I pray I get an AK because he's in front of me. Or whoever I'm breeding. I'm praying I'm getting a variant of that because that's in front of me. Looking back in time, I don't do that. Because I'm busy trying to prepare for the future.
Yeah.
Why am I looking back in time for? That don't make no sense for my program. I can care less about, like I said, I can care less about the 2020 version of AK's ancestors. I can give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
It's cool to know if you want to know, right? Inquiring minds want to know. It's cool to know. I'm not knocking that, but that don't dictate my program. AK dictates my program. Period.
Yeah.
I'll post a link for Corey real quick. All right, Corey, I'm going to drop that thing up in there, my brother. Oh, they got, what? They got that shit? Okay, let me see. There we go. Get that link, Corey. So, yeah, man. We like to keep it simple, but I just wanted to let you guys know that there is truly a difference. There's truly a difference, right, between the two. And don't get it twisted. If you want to compete, and it's still hard either way, But if you want to compete and you want to have an easier way to compete and also produce it, I would recommend you going into the show dog lane versus the competition dog lane. It's a lot easier to compete and also produce dogs.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to produce a champion level top tier performance dog. It's so fucking hard to even, it's harder to reproduce it.
Yeah, reproducing.
You can't inbreed and do it like you can do a show dog. I keep reiterating that shit.
All right, I'm back.
Korea.
Or
Yes,
Go ahead, brother, man. Go ahead and cook, man, because we already been cooking so much. Go ahead and cook. If you got something to say, go ahead and cook, brother.
man. I just want to say I appreciate y'all. You know, y'all still kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still sticking in there. You know,
no
that's
doubt, man.
man. Man, you know, it's been a minute since I've been back. You know, but you know, like I see you still keep it strong, coach. You know, you ain't letting shit get in your way too. You know, like that's some real shit. That's some real heavy shit, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And one thing you're learning about me is that I'm an example. That's one thing I'll
Yeah,
always be. I'm gonna stand on it. I'm gonna be an example. I'm gonna be a front line. That's why I'm the coach. You know
yes,
what
sir.
I'm saying? But at the
Yeah,
same time, real shit, Corey, like at the same time, chat, ready? I do this for us because collectively, this is the dog man brain that's going to progress these dogs. All of us come together, all of
Yep.
us being free thinkers. I don't shut y'all up, hush y'all, act like I know more than y'all, all the shit. I let y'all come in, add y'all 2-3 cents, whatever y'all want to add. The chat do it. We do what we do. We elevate. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about what we're doing here is that everybody got a voice and we're all trying to see the same thing, which is the elevation of high performance working dogs.
right.
Yep.
And you know, in this dog man world we live in with the internet, it's just a lot of commentating going on, which is fine. But I mean,
It's corny. It's corny.
it is kind of corny though, to be real with
Yeah.
you.
And you know what? Eh, eh, it's better to be amongst men that's gentlemen and that's you know that don't take foolishness. Like it's that's that's the key thing. Like right there. Like I don't want to talk with kids or people who got childish mindsets. I ain't with none of that. See, I want to learn from people who want to teach, and like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to learn from nobody who's an asshole and just you know what I'm saying. I ain't with all that. If you you know you got dogs or whatever, it's cool. But you know, I don't want to deal with foolishness and you know what I'm saying. Con- conflict shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not interested in that. Like the especially over the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like that's shit's crazy. Like the internet's a funny world.
Very funny,
Yeah,
very entertaining.
like it like it's clown shit. Like it's that shit is I don't take it serious. I want to be around the people who's about the dogs. Like you know what I'm saying. I don't
Facts.
want to be a yeah. Like I want to be around the people who's about the dogs. Like you know it don't matter what type of dog. It's just about the dogs. You know, like
Facts.
civil conversations. I don't want to talk. You know, friction with
Yeah,
people over foolishness. Like it's just dogs.
yeah.
You know?
Yep, I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%. And that's what we have over here. We have that atmosphere. We have that environment. We're not acting like women. What I mean by that is that we're not here to bicker and argue and downplay and fucking troll or whatever else that the internet is so cool with and okay with. We're really here to progress our dogman computer ship, our dogman ship, our mental capacity when it comes to fucking elevating the dogs, right? We're here for that, which is very hard to do, to say the least.
Yeah.
But if I'm not knocking you, Corey, if I'm not knocking you, Ready, any of you guys in the chat, I'm not downplaying any of you guys' visions anytime. Like, if we're not here to downplay, but we're here to elevate, then that's where we're going to be. But you know what? It's going to be very, very few of us that's going to be like us in this type of classroom environment. And I'm very much okay with that. And you all have to be okay with it only being a few of us that really is on this type of shit. It's not going to be a lot of us. It's not going to be, we're not going to ever have a fucking massive live where you got real free thinking, real elevated type level dogmen who got top tier dogs. It's not, think about that in the dog world today. You don't see a lot of programs with top tier dogs.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of dogman personalities, but not a lot of top tier dogs.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. It's a fact. And
right.
we have to be okay with that. But go ahead, Corey.
No, I was just saying that shit's right though, I mean, you can't argue with that.
Would it be like a lot of people talking about other people programs?
Yeah, that's
a long time
foolishness.
ago.
That's foolishness. I mean, shit. Give people a fucking break. People want to do other shit. People don't have to go by the rules, People can do what they want. But at the same time, people do make mistakes. But that ain't for everybody to commentate on, you know what I'm saying? And make judgment,
I agree. And
Yeah.
we all make mistakes. And
Mhm.
it's okay.
It's okay.
Right? It's not.
You learn from mistakes.
Yes, you learn from mistakes. Exactly. Exactly. And I'd rather you, as a dogman engineer, all of you, I'd rather you guys be fucking doing it and make mistakes trying than fucking talk about it and don't fucking do it at all.
And doing nothing about not doing Yes. Motherfuckers don't even don't be having dogs and just talking dogs.
Just rambling.
Just rambling. That'd be the craziest shit.
Yeah, it's the internet.
It's the internet.
It's the internet. And like I said, it's fine. There's a place, there's a position for those. Those are the commentators. That's fine. Just be a good commentator, be a fair commentator, you know what I mean? And then, maybe you'll get respected. But, for those of us who really do the dogs, like I said, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to call an audible. It's okay to pivot. It's okay to do whatever it takes to make a better dog. It's okay. It's fine. We're not here to say, "Oh, why'd you do that? You're a fucking idiot. I would never do that. Your dogs are shit. Your program is trash." We don't do that shit. At least you got a program.
Yeah.
Word.
At least you got your own vision.
And you know where you trying to go.
You know where you're trying to go. Yeah. But see, it's going to be a few of us again that are going to be in tune with what we're talking about. And you all have to be okay with that. Be okay that you might only have a few individuals that fuck with you and the majority of the motherfuckers around you hating on you. Be okay with that.
Yeah, be fine with that.
Staying in your own lane.
Staying in your lane, like Reddy said. Be fine with it. Because see, the social media lifestyle, right? All the followers, subscribers, that shit will make you have a false reality that you really got a support system that's really fake as fuck.
Fake.
Because what I found out in my years of campaigning my dogs is that a lot of my haters follow me just to fucking be on my post hating.
Yeah, be on your post hating.
I found that out. just by trial and error, being on social media. I'm like, all these haters and shit in my comments. Then I go look, they all follow me.
They all follow you.
So you follow me just to hate, you motherfuckers? God,
Ain't got nothing better to do.
but you know what? They really
Still
fans.
fans.
They really
And
fans.
they engaging.
They engaging, and guess what? All you doing is sitting back laughing.
It helps you because at the end of the day, any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
True.
Good or bad, it's still publicity. Now, if you know you're doing good and you getting the hater gallery, you know what they're doing. They're just trying to knock you off your pedestal because they see you doing good.
Yep.
That's why they doing it. They're like, oh, this motherfucker think he all that. I don't like that shit. Let me go in there and fucking hate him. But let me fucking follow him so I can make sure every time he got a wave, I can knock him off it.
Weird.
It's the world we live in, man. It's just how it be. But again, the internet, you can't compete like you can compete in face-to-face. Like for example, if we were playing professional sports, we're gonna see him on, we're gonna see him on the court, we're gonna see him on the field, we're gonna see that person who's a hater. Now we're gonna see what time it is now. But on the internet, you can't see them motherfuckers.
Yeah, you can't see them.
It's a different play with the internet. Versus if me and you, if all of us are professionals and we talking shit, we can go ahead and have our judgment day on the field. And then when whoever wins, we can say, good game. Good game. Yeah, you got on my nerves. Yeah, you was squeezing my nipples, man. But you know what? You won. And then your opponent's gonna tell you, I did that just to see if I can get you out your head. I wanted to knock you off your pedestal before we competed. But all this internet shit is just talking, and we can't fucking compete. Commentators. And you got to be okay with that, Corey. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to be okay with what you're going to experience, especially as you elevate in your program and you get more notice. You know what I'm saying? You get on more people's radars because you elevate and they're watching you. They're spectating your fucking growth. And it's okay. And trust me, as you elevate, as you get more followers, there's going to be more haters than followers. There's going to be more motherfuckers who act like they're your partners, but they're real envious of your ass at the end of the day. They act like they really with you, but they envious of your ass.
Yep.
They see something in your program that they always wanted. So they fuck with you, but in reality, they wish they was you. They don't wish they was you in a way that, you know what, you inspire me, coach, or you inspire me, Reddy, or you inspire me, Corey, you inspire me, chat.
Nah,
you know
they want your dogs.
They look at you like, man, I wish I had that. Man, I should have had this. Man, that's supposed to be me.
Haters.
Hating.
That's the majority of the people that be on your fucking coattails is those individuals. There's very, 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 very few, and I say that with multiple varies. Very few individuals that's really fucking with you because they really love you, respect you, love what you got going on, want to see you win. Very few, because you know what? That spotlight, that drug of being in the spotlight, having a wave is very addictive, and most people want it and can't get it. So they see you with it, and then envy. It's just a natural. It's a weak spirit, but it's natural. It's a natural spirit that overwhelms people that's weak. So just know, as you guys continue with your dogs, you persevere through the blood, sweat, and tears. You start to accomplish things. You start to showcase. You get better at your craft. There's going to be more and more people going to be hopping on your bandwagon, but the majority of them is going to be naysayers, haters, and fucking envious players.
Yeah.
Very few is going to be supporters.
Yep.
Even though they all in your stands cheering for you. Go, Reddy. Go, Corey. You're the man. Your dogs are the best. Soon as they done doing that, they got the banana in their mouth. I don't like that shit.
Yep.
He already think he all that. Already think his dogs is all that. You know what I mean, man, he all that. His dog, oh yeah, his dog's won, but his dog really did it because they'll have some fucking reason your dog's wasn't on, or wasn't at the level that it really was. And you just gotta accept it and try to control your emotions, man, because it's gonna be very hard for you to do. But like I said, I've learned how to control my eyes in social media, just learning that they, once I started digging into like comments and the people, and I start seeing that these motherfuckers follow me, I'm like, oh man, why am I getting mad? Or these motherfuckers are fans.
Yep.
They're fans. Why would you follow me if you don't like my shit? Why every time you in my comments talking shit?
They got you on post notification.
Hell yeah, they got my shit with the notification bell.
Every time you post, they first ones.
Sometimes that's the only way some people know how to communicate.
That's true too, Reggie. That's true too.
Because they probably don't think, they probably like, oh, he ain't gonna fucking say nothing.
Yeah, let me squeeze his nipples so that fool has to say something. Let me grab him by his balls and squeeze him real quick so that boy got to say something.
That's some weird shit. I can't lie.
They do it.
For motherfucking control. I can't lie.
They do it.
But you just gotta be like, oh yeah, these are some weird ass trolls.
But at the same time, that's not why even though the fans will come, the haters are gonna come, spectators, supporters, they're gonna come. That's not why you are online promoting your dogs. You're online to really, get your dogs out there, really share to the world your program. And, for those who respect it, we respect it. For those who want to be inspired and those that you can help, you help them. Other than that, you just dare to showcase your dogs. And that's it. Be okay with that. But if you're really trying to catch a wave and keep it, oh man, you're going to always have to be in front of that damn camera every fucking day. And people are so finicky. One day they like you, the next day they don't. Man, I can't. That's not me, man. That's not me. Never will be me. I'm fine with that. It's cool. I'll just keep making great dogs. And if you like them, you like them. You don't, you don't. It is what it is.
Word.
It is what it is, man. But Corey, man, wow, brother. I thought you was missing in action, man.
Man.
Glad you back.
Man, coach, I've been going through it. That's all I'm gonna say. But, I just
man, that shit you said about your mom, that shit hurt my feelings when you said that
shit.
I know moms had that dope ass property out there.
Shit. We still got the so it's a long story. I'm gonna have to probably hit you up in the chat about like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but,
hit me on the back.
It's all good, but it's not because
hit me on the back. Enough said. Don't even go there.
Yeah. But
I'd love to catch up with you.
Yeah.
I'm just glad.
Everything's good, it's just I just been having a lot going on. So I still got my I still got all of mine,
Good.
So
good.
I'm
glad to hear from you, Corey.
Yeah, I got pictures to show you too. Ready been seeing my dogs and stuff, but man, yeah. I done, then yeah, they everything what I thought they was gonna be.
Good. Good. I'm happy for you, brother. I'm glad that you persevered too, man. God is good.
Yeah, absolutely. I just been, life been hitting me, but it's all good. I'm working. Shoot, that's all that matter.
Yes, sir.
As long as I'm, I'm working. Shoot, taking care of them. I'm straight. I ain't really even tripping on anything. Life's just gonna keep moving on.
There we go. Yeah, make sure you hit me though, man. I love to catch up with you, man. Hit me on the back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up.
We'll politic.
I'm gonna add you to the new group chat we got. That joint's official.
Yeah, it's
I mean, none
official.
of that bullshit.
Yeah.
That bullshit.
That shit was that I probably pretty sure already probably told you them niggas kind of turned me off. Like I don't want to really fucking with that. That shit's weird.
Yeah.
That's that's kind of really why
Lay low.
let me see how these niggas how they work this shit out, because I gotta peep what's going on.
No, you did right. You did right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You did right.
like, cause like they was hitting me up too, and I was like, you look weird, bro. Ain't fucking with none of y'all. Like, yeah.
You did right. You know what I mean? You and you
Man,
ain't
let me back up and peep what's going on. Like, let me see the bigger picture, what's taking place right now. Like, and them niggas sour, bro.
hey, you ain't gotta say no more, Corey. You know what I mean?
I already know. I
Yeah,
already know.
we know what it is. It's all good. I'm just grateful that shout out to Reddy. You know what I mean? You kept in
Yeah,
contact.
shout out to motherfucking Ready,
You
bro.
know what I mean?
Good looking, bro.
Reddy a good dude.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He a good dude. So, but yeah, definitely hit me up though. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely would love to fellowship with you and just catch up with you. You feel me, Corey?
Man, I got some shit. I'm finna get ready to do. But yeah, I'm gonna let you know what I got going on.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what's up.
about to let you know what I got going on for sure.
No, I appreciate that. But yeah, we gonna close it out, man. If Corey, if you got anything to elaborate on the topic before we close out, you can do that. The floor is yours. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Uh, not so much. Not so much. We can close it out.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
We here every Thursday night.
yeah, absolutely. I already know. I'm gonna be back Thursday for sure.
And hopefully you was able to go, back, hit that replay because I mean, shit, we on 105 episodes. So I mean, there's a lot of good fucking information.
Coach, believe it or not, I do be watching. So
Oh,
I do
okay,
be watching. You know what I'm saying?
cool,
So
cool.
it ain't that I don't. It ain't that I just backed up. I've been watching. I be watching for
oh,
sure.
good, okay, because the classroom, we stay cooking on this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just had to go. I just had to go down my own little path with my shit. You know what I'm saying? Because my little situation with them, they ain't got no paperwork. So
Right.
I'm they what I want, but they my mistakes. They my mistakes.
But listen,
So
hold on, man. Don't hold on. Don't, bro. There's ways you can get paper, so don't even trip on that. Just
yeah, I ain't even worried about that.
worry about your dogs, brother. If your dogs are what you want to be, worry about your dogs, man. You can single register your dogs, man. Don't even trip on that. Just if worry about your dogs. Whenever you able to get a certain level of dog that has papers, then you add that to your play. But
Yeah, I'm gonna add that to my
don't,
playbook. Yeah,
don't,
that's the plan right now.
yeah,
So
don't worry about no fucking papers. We don't give a fuck. Like I
Word.
told y'all before, I got a big old box and I got 3 binders
yeah,
full of papers I don't even fucking look at. The fuck they for? Waste.
Yep.
So that's how I see it to me. And I got paper dogs. I spend a lot of money on, but I don't even look at them shits. I don't breed off of them, and I don't even look at them. So it is what it is. It's just there in a box. So don't dictate your program off of papers on the dog. Dictate your program off the dogs. Period.
Yeah.
yeah. Period.
Period. So stay focused on that. Your dogs, man, and then you'll be all
Yeah,
right.
they ain't going nowhere. Um, so yeah, they really ain't going nowhere.
No, you good.
uh,
That's what's up,
You
man.
good. You good.
um,
All y'all.
shit, coach. Everybody's in here is over fucking 50 pounds.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Yeah, nice. Nice. No, I like
Yeah,
we gotta
yeah.
catch up, brother.
Everything's fed up in here, bruh.
Because it's been a while. It's been like
Yeah,
a year. Shit.
it's
It's been a damn near a year.
Yeah.
nearly a year. Nearly a
Yeah.
year.
Seem like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a cool minute. So no, it's good to hear from you, man. And hopefully, even if you don't, if you don't come on the panel, hopefully, pop in the chat if you can. If not, I know you're listening. You know what I mean? But definitely hit me on the, DM me so I can catch up with you, nigga.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna hit you up.
I definitely want to catch
I'm gonna
up.
hit you up as soon as we get off of here. Actually,
Yeah, please do, man. I love to, just chop it up with you and shit
Shit.
like that, man. But
Yo,
Reddy, you got
yo.
anything to say, my brother?
I was wondering about like next week's episode, just trying to do that modern dog joint again.
I will do. We will do it.
Cause I've been writing like a little on this paper and shit on a couple of these dogs.
So which one are we going to do? The Patterdale and which one we want to do? You want to do the Patterdale and the yacht, or what we doing?
I don't really know too much about the yacht, but I got some shit on the paddle there though.
So you just want to do the Patterdale by
We
itself, or you
we
want to
could
do
do
both?
we could do both of them,
Okay,
but
cool. Then we'll do that. I said we was gonna do it this week, but I this was on my mind. But yeah, so let's do that.
what
So
y'all got cooking up?
so
and I got something about that Doberman that because it says it's
hands on.
3 versions.
Go ahead. Speak on it now, then.
All right, so that bigger joint is called the Warlock Doberman. They said it's not even like a breed really, but that's what they wanted to do in the 1950s. They made that dog. It's it's a Doberman variant for a bigger version. They crossed Rottweilers and Great Danes because they wanted bigger, scarier dogs.
And that's it. What in Europe?
Um,
Did they say what region they started that in? Does it
they
say?
did that in Germany.
In Germany. Okay. Okay. Damn, the Warlock Doberman. Okay. Okay. Hey, so
That's
Ben,
a that's
oh,
a
Bando still
that's
here.
some scary shit.
Yeah.
I know
Coach,
Bando.
coach, I was working at a dog daycare.
Say it again.
I was working at a fucking dog daycare, bro.
Oh shit. Hopefully you was
That's
getting paid.
fire.
No,
Two
I
for
actually just
free.
quit like 2 weeks ago and got another job.
Okay, I'm about to say,
Mhm.
hopefully they paying you. Shit.
Nah, they went they that well they was well actually they made me a fucking lead and all type of shit, but like coach, I seen all type of dogs.
That's what's up.
I could for sure handle like 25, 30 fucking dogs. Man, this shit crazy. But bruh, they had they had some dogs come through there. I can't lie. They had this one dog named Tank. He's a fucking Great Dane. He's big as fuck. That motherfucker did not like men.
Wow.
Does not like men. Period. At all.
That's crazy.
Guess what? That motherfucker liked me.
Of course, because you're a dog man.
They were so surprised like how I was with the dogs. And I ended up quitting.
Well, they wasn't paying you enough. That's why.
Yeah, they really
Yeah.
wouldn't pay they really wouldn't pay me enough and fucking management was rude. Yeah, that was rude as fuck. So yeah, I quit.
Yeah.
But I only did it for the experience.
Yeah, you got
Yeah, you
experience,
already know
yo.
why I went and did that for the pure experience for that.
Yeah.
Man,
Facts.
I met I really went down the list with some dogs, can't lie. So I done found a love for fucking miniature poodles, can't lie.
Yeah. Them
Okay.
is nice, man. I like them.
I wouldn't have thought like a miniature poodle, bro. They had this one lady. She had a miniature poodle. His name was fucking Rue. This dog. Every time I see him, he would just glow, bruh. I would seriously get a miniature poodle.
Yeah. I like the standard one,
And I would get
the one,
I
and
would get
or the
a
red.
Frenchie. I would get a
Correct.
functioning fit Frenchie. I would. Like it got to be right. They had some that come in there, they was fucked up. I can't lie. Very bad hip dysplasia. They had triplets in there that had very bad hip dysplasia, but they had some that came in there perfect, perfect Frenchies.
Yeah,
It was, man, they had some beautiful ones.
that's dope. That's dope right there. You get to see different variances of dogs.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of different dogs, like, and a lot of mixed breed dogs too. Man, I seen a freaking man, one of the girls that worked there, she had a, what is that dog's name? I can't think of it. I can't think of it right now. I'm gonna have to get back with you with that one, man. But she was a fucking man biter. The fucking dog was a man biter. Looks like a fucking bulldog, not a nowhere near bulldog. I can't even think what she said it's mixed with. It's one of those herders, and I can't think of the name.
It's a herder, huh?
Yeah, it's
Bull
mixed with the
herder.
herder dog, and I can't think of the name.
Dutch
And it's
Shepherd,
mixed.
Malinois, Dutch Shepherd,
No, no,
German Shepherd,
no. It's neither one of those. I can't think.
Anatolian Shepherd, Kangal.
Prussia.
He said it's a herder.
It's mixed with something else. I'm trying to
Cause you
think of what
said
she said that
bulldog
dog
at
was.
first.
It looks like a bulldog, but it ain't. It's mixed with something, and I'm trying to think what she said it's mixed with.
Corso.
And you said it's a man biter?
Yeah, and and the fucking dog's a female. She was definitely a fucking man biter.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that shit.
Man,
Yeah.
I couldn't think of it. Then the shit was fucking Brenda. I'm like, man, that's a fucking man. Looked at the paperwork. I can't think of the fucking
It
what
was
the
a
fuck.
Prussia.
No, they actually had a presser come in there. She was big, and guess what? Fucking DOS, nice. She was old. She was old. I can't lie. She was old. She was an older. She was an older presser, but she was a purebred presser canario.
Mm.
Mm. Her name was fucking She was sweet. I can't think of her name, but they had a fat ass dogo come in there too. Oh man, fucking fat, a real fat ass dogo. I'm like, damn, that
Yeah,
shit's crazy.
yeah. You know how people are, especially if you send them over for to a
Pet
dog.
dogs, man.
Those are pets, exactly. Those are pets for sure. You know what I
Man,
mean?
they was all bruh. It's crazy because guess what? They got males and females mixed in with each other, and the dogs in there playing.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, you got to really stand in there with them. And if they don't get along with dogs, they can't be in the yard with each other. It's yeah. And if they act up, they do go on timeout. They get put up. That shit's crazy.
They treat them like kids, like
Like
preschoolers, huh?
like
Yeah, but they
day
gotta be they
school and
gotta be
shit.
neutered and spayed though to even go.
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow.
Hmm.
Well, won't be going there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that shit weird. My dogs will never go there. I ain't on that type of time. Like till they get older, some shit, or they gotta fucking have some type of fucking surgery.
Yeah. Holy cheap.
I think I only fucking go get my fucking girl neutered is like after her fucking next litter. That'll probably be it. Just to say I won't have no more with her. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to have no more. She straight. Shit, that's be a wrap on her. You know, fuck. That's the only time I'll be thinking about that.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, hey, let's close it out, man. We at the 3 hour marker.
Yeah.
Ready? You got anything to say before we close out, brother?
Shit. Salute to the chat. See y'all next
Yes,
week,
sir.
man.
Yeah. So, hey, ready? We will cook up on the Patterdale, and we'll add the Yop to their terrier. I'll make sure I'll talk to the assistant head coach, Miss Chat GBT, and we'll have a format, and we're gonna cook them up. So, all your research, man, get it all together, man, because you know I want you to elaborate.
No
Corey,
doubt.
Corey, we have a what we call modern dog marvels, where we break down dog breeds from the origin all the way to the present, and it's a pretty good, pretty good segment, man.
I've been
So
seeing Reddy posting a lot of old stuff.
yeah, Reddy stay posting all them fucking quality
Yeah.
old school. Then he bring you some new shit. Yeah, Reddy is a historian. He's a dog man connoisseur. That's why I call Reddy. But we're going to close out. Salute to the chat.
Yes, sir. Salute to the motherfucking chat.
Word.
Slide up in the DM. Let me know what time it is, Corey. And man, next week, man.
Yeah.
Word. Next week, man.
Yes, sir, man. So we out.
All right,
Peace.
y'all. I'll holler at y'all.
Yes, sir.
All
Peace.
right.
Salute.
Peace.